happens.
It'll come out on my phone if it goes
See, it
live.
just automatically says excellent connection, but then nothing happens, and it's just a black screen. Okay, it's right. I think we're live. I think it's working because I can see the preview.
There it is. There it is. It is done.
Okay, so we're
There
live.
it
We're good.
is.
Thank God, we figured it out.
We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very
Finally
much.
back.
This has been Keep On Rolling 8. We'll
Heck
see you
yeah.
next time. Peace.
We're finally back. It's been quite a few months since the last Keep On Rolling podcast, but today we're here with none other than John Ford / Fordy, the Halo legend.
Oh, hi friends. How's it going? Everybody love me, please.
Yeah, the link to his channel will be in the
Because I have
description.
no friends.
Yo, what up, Dak? Welcome.
Oh, look, it's Senor Hombre.
Yeah. No, he dropped the hombre.
Senor Hombre. Oh, yeah, he did. You're right. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Because he's not a man.
Oh my
That's why.
God.
He's
Roasted.
He's not a Spanish man.
Roasted.
He's not a Spanish man. Damn. I'm going to get the live chat up on my cell phone telephone. Oh, yes, that picture of me is fucking beautiful.
F word.
Damn it.
D word. No.
I can say
Yeah,
that. Come on. Give
As
me a
long as it
break.
ain't the
Oh,
F
yo,
bomb
yo.
or, you know, something like someone would be extremely offended by.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I don't want to offend nobody whatsoever.
I know it's a terrible way to live nowadays, to be honest.
Because as soon as we're off camera, we both know we're just going to drop. Just because we
Right.
want
Also,
to.
your mic's cutting out a little bit.
I'll increase my input volume.
Yes, sir. Sounds good to me.
Oh my god, what the? Why did you go all
I
funky
don't
there,
know.
boy?
I'm feeling funky. You know what I'm saying?
You dirty
Haha.
big. Dirty big.
All right.
Voice and video. Ah, yes, it's automatically determining. Let's not do that. Let's go there. How's that?
That sounds better. I think it sounds pretty good. Shout out to the 2 likers. Even though it's probably Dak and John. Oh, I can't hear you at all now. Nope, nothing. Oh, don't.
How's
Yes,
that?
now I can hear you.
Okay, it turns out I took the slider the wrong way, I think.
Huh.
So if I do that, can you
Yeah,
hear me
I
at
can
all?
hear you now.
There, you
Yep.
can hear me.
Now I can't hear you.
Like that.
Yep, we good, we good.
There you can
Yep.
hear me, yeah? Alright, we'll go for that.
I'm just going to put the link in my Instagram bio, and then we will get hopping on this.
Let's see if any of my viewers rock up to come and ask me some questions and say, why did you die? Well, I didn't. I'm here.
Yo, what up, Josiah? Welcome.
Have I got my live chat wrong? Oh, there it is. There it is. iGel, my boy. Man like
Yo,
iGel.
yo,
is
what
out
up,
here.
Igel?
How are we doing, iGel? iGel, I'm alive, my friend. I'm alive.
Thank God.
I'm loving life. COVID hasn't got me yet, baby.
Heck yeah.
Are we allowed to say that on YouTube now? Have they changed
You know what?
their policy?
I don't. You can say Corona if you want.
You know, say because I know that there was a period where YouTube would like demonetize and like take videos down for mentioning
Right.
it or having it as a topic. And I'm like, but it's a world topic, so you're going to take down news videos like, you know, like CNN and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
I've seen it.
COVID won't put us down. I'm telling me.
I've seen quite a few people talk about it, so I think it might be borderline safe. It'll just put like a warning under this, like COVID-19, da da da. Call your health official. So yeah.
Yeah, it'll be one of those things where it'll come up saying like, "Oh, for more COVID-19 information, please contact your local health facility and wear a mask."
Right. Wash your
That's what
hands
it'll
for
be.
at least 20 seconds.
Bro, who washes their hands for
I know
20 seconds?
they're like you should
I'm
be able
sorry.
to sing "Happy Birthday" the entire time you're washing your. Like I'm not gonna sit there in the bathroom and say it in my head like while I'm washing my hands. Like I'm at work. I just like, let's get to work, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just go. Let's go,
Yeah,
darling. Come on.
Exactly.
You know, it's like when they're saying wash your hands for 20 seconds. Man, who has got the time to sit there and do this? Like, it feels like sandpaper after 3 seconds. Oh, I don't like that feeling. Ew.
We already know you're gonna get some people
That's a
like,
madness.
wow, you can't afford 20 seconds to save somebody's life. It's just like, chill.
Oh my God, you can't afford $10 to subscribe to me on Twitch.
Right.
Who doesn't have $10? Oh my God, you're doing nothing with your life.
Dude,
Like, shut up, get out. Get out,
like
woman.
the people I know that stream on Twitch, they're all cool, but there are some dumb buttholes on Twitch, bro, for real.
There are some real, like, I think the word I'd use are spoiled.
Right.
Like, I think they were just spoiled as kids and like been given everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
It's just like I don't understand the entire argument between, you know, which one's more work and why this one deserves more than this one. It's just like,
Well, okay, this is a very good topic to start this episode on, to be honest, because recently I've gotten into doing a lot of live streaming, and you've done live streaming in the past. You still do. I mean, we're live streaming right now.
Yep.
Okay. There are pros and cons to both creation, to both different types of content creation. Okay. You take into account YouTube, which you and me have both been doing for just shy of a decade. Okay. So it's nearly been 10 years, and we still haven't made it. So please subscribe.
Please.
Subscribe to Bouldini. Come on, we gotta make it. We are the next generation of YouTube.
Right.
Come on. But in any case, in YouTube, you have the difference where, as you said in your thread on Twitter earlier, that we have to like have a lot more equipment. Really, when you think about it, you gotta be more creative in a sense, because when you're live streaming, you're just sat there playing a video game or music or just chatting and complaining that no one is subscribing to you. The Dapper is here, Fordy. I have returned. Man like Dapper, hell jumper. What's
Welcome,
good, my
Dapper.
friend?
Welcome.
You gotta leave a cheeky subscription on Bouldini. You know it. He knows what's good. But I feel like as a content creator myself, and recently going into live streaming as well as creating videos, I'm sorry to say it, but live streaming is easier. Live streaming is so much easier. Like, you can't compare the two workloads. At the end of the day, yeah, they're both content creation and it's both entertaining. In fact, I do 3 forms of entertainment if we count like me in the band. And it's like, of all of the different forms of entertaining that I do, it's the music that is the most strenuous, because it's like doing a day's work. You turn up at the studio, you pick up your gear, you drive to the venue, you got to unload that gear, build it all, check it all works, and if it doesn't work, you've got a big issue, and you've got to fix it very quickly. You're on a time constraint, and then you've got to, you know, have this like kind of face, because you're in the public eye. Whereas on YouTube and Twitch, for that matter, and like live streaming and video making, you're at the end of the day, you're just talking to a camera. I mean, like right now, we are still live streaming this episode of Keep On Rolling, but like people that are in the chat, they're not in front of us and they're not like reacting to us like to our faces. Right. They are watching this and we're reacting to text messages. So as a streamer, and like you said on your thread, if you're a good streamer, you're always active on the chat, you're always checking the chat, replying to people, talking to them. But when you're a YouTuber, you've got to set your camera up, you've got to set your lighting up, you've got to have a video idea, you've got to have the balls to sit in front of a camera and talk to yourself. Exactly. And then you've got to sit there and edit it. which can take anywhere between an hour to, sometimes like a lot of the grind videos that I made on grind took me 8.5 hours to edit to get them perfect.
Like
Like there are so many videos.
exactly.
Man.
Like today's video on grind, for example, took me like 3 months to edit because I just I just never I don't know, dude. Like I checked Premiere today and it said like touched 13 days ago. I was like, damn, it's been 2 weeks. I'm like, I better get this up now. Like I mean,
oh no. Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, for those of you that are here from my channel and aren't aware, Grind is, well, it was originally like Grind Gaming, which then became Grind, which then became Grind Gaming / Grind Productions, and it is a team / group channel that Zach started, or Bouldini started, and I kind of just was really cheeky one day and said, hey, do you want to like throw a rope to me? Like, come on. I know you want to. And he goes, yeah, cool, yeah, dog, for real. That'd be sick, that'd be awesome. I'm like, all right, sweet. So I'm like, I make some videos on there, and Zach's happy with them. Dak's there, like kissing my ass because I know you're in here, Dak. I know you're in here, Dak. You love me, bro. I know you love me, and I love you back. And at the end of the day, it just became a thing where like we had this really cool group going, and then. Again, viewers that are in here from my channel know Mellow Llama. He joined for a while. And then we all kind of went our separate ways at the beginning of this year. And 2020 has been a bit of a funny year. Yeah. But I'm, technically speaking, Zach is an owner, and I'm technically like a kind of a co-owner / I don't know, creator for Grind Productions, which is, an announcement we're going to make today. It was an announcement we're going to make a little later on. I think we'll make the announcement. We've got to reel the viewers in.
Yes, sir.
What I mean?
And we're just gonna say keep an eye on the Grind Twitter, by the way, because there will be an announcement on here as well as on Twitter. So if you somehow miss the announcement on here, you can check the Twitter later and you can see that. But
for sure, man.
Back to like the whole Twitch versus YouTube thing. It's just like the streamers that sit there, like Pokimane, for example, like that's what started this entire mess. Someone called out Pokimane, right? And it's
who hasn't called out Pokimane? I'm sorry, who hasn't at this time,
honestly,
man? Like,
but it's just like they're all sitting there. Oh, Jack's in the chat, by the way. What up,
there
Jackie
he is,
boy?
Mellow Llama. Hello, Mellow Llama. How you doing,
and Brad
my
said
friend?
PogChamp.
Welcome. We were just talking about
exactly.
you. We were just talking about you. Only positive things, of course. Positive vibes, man. Positive vibes. We were just reflecting on the good old days of the grind uploads and the grind streams and things like that.
Just reflecting on the grind.
Kind of cool. Yeah, man.
But
yeah. Anyway, back to what you're saying about people calling out Pokimane. Yeah, you are right. A lot of people have done that.
Well, I mean, like you remember that whole thing with his name was like Jinx rant. It's like. It was Jinx, right? The dude that just like sat and like pretty much watched a video and uploaded it and got millions of views.
Oh, that reaction channel where the only things he'd say is "Welcome to my channel. We're reacting to this," and it would just be him sitting there for like sometimes 8 minutes.
Yeah, and he'd laugh like every.
And then just go.
Yeah, he'd laugh like maybe once or twice the whole video.
Yeah. I remember who you mean now. Yeah. I don't know how people find that kind of content like enjoyable. Like, there's only one reactor that I really watch. I mean, besides PewDiePie, because I mean, PewDiePie does some reaction stuff, but not in that sense. It's more like his own Reddit, right. People mocking him, and it's all fun stuff like that. But I watch this guy. He's into like rap and hip hop, and he's a rapper himself. But he once a week reacts to like rock music, and like I'm a rock fan myself. So it's always like, for me, as a musician, very interesting to see what a rapper who's never heard like a specific song that I like fell in love with. Like one of my favorite bands at the moment is Falling in Reverse, and he reacted to one of their most recent songs, and I'm like, I want to see what his point of view is on it. And those that actually have genuine reactions, they like start going like crazy about it. They go in depth about the music, right. And they understand it more. Whereas when you're like this Jinx fella, like, reacting to KSI versus Logan, and you just sit there just going, nice.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for paying my rent.
Exactly.
Month,
like there's a difference.
I don't
there's a difference
it.
between reaction channels and commentators. It's like
Yes.
they're kind of the same thing, but commentators make it their own video out of someone else's video, whereas reaction people is just like it's all based off just their reaction at that moment. And
Yeah,
the
yeah,
commentators
exactly.
like pause the video and they talk about what just happened, which is kind of like a reaction in a way, but also like it's more content than just sitting there watching something.
Yeah, it's more creative. I'm not more creative. I mean, it isn't. Let's be real. Any reaction video is not creative, and I will admit, I'll put my hands up. I have done a
Yeah,
reaction
I've
video
done a
or
few.
two in the past. I did the YouTube Rewind one. I did a TikTok one once, and I did. There was another one I did as well. Like, I'm not innocent in this whatsoever. Like, I can't sit and say I've never done that before, but I did it for YouTube Rewind and got like hundreds and hundreds of views, like that. And I was like, oh, on the view train. Everyone wanted at that time. Reaction channels were everything,
Right.
and so I thought, oh, I'll jump on that bandwagon. But for some reason, like now, like even some of the biggest YouTubers, me and Jack were talking about it the other day. Like there's a YouTuber in the UK called Will N.E., and he used to make like some, he still makes some very good videos, creative videos, things like that. But he built a second channel just to react to other subreddits and just sit there and just look at stuff and go, that's funny, that's not, that's pretty good, that isn't.
Jeez.
Makes a video like 11 minutes long and goes, sweet, nice one,
Yeah.
monetized. And it's like, where has the creativity gone in YouTube? I mean, like if we're getting back onto the whole subject of Twitch versus YouTube, Twitch has the upper hand in the sense that you don't need to be as creative because you just press live. And I mean, I know from my streams, it's the viewers that make it interactive, that make it entertaining, that make it something creative. Because there's been plenty of times where um, a lot of my viewers will sit there watch me playing Halo, and then be like, "Oh, you sucked that game. We think you should shotgun a beer." And you go, "Okay, then why not?" You go and get a beer and you shotgun it live on stream, and then you just start. Your viewers
Yeah.
make it. Whereas on YouTube, until you've built that following, you have to do it all yourself. You've got to hype yourself up. You've got to keep yourself motivated. There's no one there to motivate you.
Exactly.
It's like to get those subscribers, you can't sit there and just hope that they come in. Like you've got to go out there and you've got to fetch them. You've got to go into forums. You've got to go on Reddit. You've got to go into Discord servers. You've got to DM people on Twitter, get into conversation with the community, and then mention it. That's how I've grown my channel. Is one way that does work for anyone that's starting YouTube. If you want a little tip, depending on what you're doing, like if it's gaming related, it works very well for me. I went onto Twitch, believe it or not, and I'd go to other people's live streams, and then I would send whispers to people in that live stream, asking them how they are. I'd obviously be in the chat as well, and then they would ask if I'm a creator or whatever. I'd say yeah. Would you give me some feedback on my channel? And people that enjoyed it would then leave a subscribe, and people that didn't enjoy it didn't. So I'd go into something like a Halo 5 stream. I'm a Halo channel, so it made sense. And I know everyone in there is watching for a game that they enjoy watching. So I'm like, if you're focusing on one game, like let's say, for example, you're a Call of Duty channel, you go on to a Modern Warfare streamer, go to the smaller streamers, talk with the people in there. You could gain 7 or 8 subscribers from that small streamer because smaller streamers are more likely to be giving.
Right.
And tell their viewers to go and check out your YouTube channel or your Twitch channel or whatever, because they know the struggle. They're currently in that struggle, whereas the big guys don't care. For the most part, they don't care. So in my opinion, I think being a YouTuber is a lot more difficult than being a streamer. But at the same time, which one it's more which one you enjoy more, isn't it? At the end of the day,
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's saying, it's like battle of like first world problems. Like it's just battle of the dream jobs. Like people would kill to have that profession, and they're just like, they're bitching at each other over which one's more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, there's people who prefer to stream, and there's people who prefer to do YouTube. Either one, someone's going to find streaming more difficult if they make videos, obviously, because they're not used to being live. But then also streamers will find videos more difficult because they're not used to editing. So it's like,
Yeah, exactly. Like with streaming, like if they want to leave a video live on their Twitch channel, for example, or on or on not Facebook gaming, we don't talk about them. Even like with YouTube, like you can just leave it live, uncut, and that's it. But as a YouTuber, to make your videos more entertaining, more interactive, just more everything, for the most part, you've got to be a hella good editor
Right.
to keep people entrapped in your video and keep them wanting to watch more. Because at the end of the day, the reason that people subscribe is for the guy behind the mic and not the disc in the tray. That's how it works. So if you're behind that mic and you have not got the entertaining commentary, if you can't keep a sentence, if you keep stuttering and things like that, then you need to learn to edit those bits out and make it fluid. Like I stutter. People notice it in my live streams. You'll notice it probably a few times tonight. I stutter quite a lot. And in my videos, I have to edit them out. So I'll sit there and be like, and I'm like, oh no. Right, and I go, right, okay, whoa, take a minute, breathe, and then say the sentence again. Because I kind of, my brain works very quickly for some reason in certain scenarios. So I don't think what I'm going to say. I've always been one of those guys that doesn't think about it before it comes out of my mouth. Like, it's here, it's already come out of my mouth, and I'm only just going, shouldn't have said that.
Right, yeah.
as you know, and Jack will know, and a lot of other people will know. I mean, like, I can curse like a sailor. Sometimes I do that unintentionally, and it's already out of my mouth, and I've just gone, really shouldn't have said that because I'm in a church or something stupid like that. Like,
You're just at a church, just.
I know, like, yeah. I'm just chilling, selling merch like a god church, and dropping f-bombs. But I'm just reading through the live chat here, and a lot of people are agreeing with everything that we're saying right now.
I mean, like
reacting to first time stuff. That's fair enough. You seek to see people who react like you do to do a piece of content. I don't know what that means, Dad. I'm sorry, I haven't got a clue. I don't know what that means. Oh wow, I sometimes curse. Fordy's Halo 5 stream exists. Mate, I'm telling you, it's a bad trait to have, to curse a lot. It's very bad because I could be in a public place and I have quite a loud voice. I do know that, and a lot of people tell me that, and I try and quieten down. But sometimes I'll just be in this conversation, and I'll start like saying, F this and F that, and not like being offensive to them, but just in general conversation. And people are like, keep the noise down. You keep saying that, and I'm like, bruh, really? Am I not loud? Am I deaf or something? But oh no, like they go, oh, your voice is really loud. And you keep saying bad words. I'm going, oh right, okay, sorry, ooh. Because then people around you start getting like, we don't want to sit here. So that's why when I'm in my live streams and stuff, I swear a hell of a lot more because it gets it out of my system. I've worked it out. If I play video games and shout bad words at them, gets out of my head. And then when I go out with my friends, I don't swear so much. Like a couple of nights ago, I went out. My friend's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, am I okay?" So, well, you're being quieter than normal, and you don't seem to be calling everyone the C word. Because that's one of my favourite words that just kind of slides out is a C-bomb. And I'm like, oh no, I feel fine. Little do they know that literally 20 minutes before going out, I did a 4.5-hour Halo live stream where I had plenty of offensive things to say to people that were killing me.
Damn.
So it's like, it's something that's weird, but in my head it worked. And so I've just kept it going.
Right. See, like, when the cameras aren't on and when, I'm not around the family or anything, like, I mean, you've seen it. Like, we get in Discord calls and I just kind of, go a bit nuts sometimes. And, I mean, I don't...
Put it this way, if you ever, like, co-stream with me on my channel, I'm like, you say what you like. But then when I, like today, like, literally before starting the stream, I'm like, what rules and guidelines do I need to follow here? Because I know that, depending on because your channel's a lot bigger. Like you're at that monetization process. You don't want to screw that up. I'm still not even
that close. Dude.
So you're
like it's still down there. But
out of curiosity, what is your watch hour, your public hours right now on? Like, isn't it 4,000
Yeah,
that
you
you
need
need?
4,000, and I'm like just over halfway there.
So you're just over
Yeah,
2,000.
I
Oh my
know.
gosh. Live streams are the
I
way to
know,
go, my
dude.
friend. Live streams are the ones that
It
get
like
it. That's why I chose to stream on YouTube. Like, you get watch time from streaming on YouTube.
it
It's
is,
incredible.
but the thing with me, it's like I don't know why it does, but it's just like I'm either streaming or I'm making video. Like I can't do one or the other like throughout the week. Like I go through phases each time.
Yeah. Yeah, I get the exact same thing as you there. Like, since moving here and having this fast broadband, this fast internet, I've kind of taken advantage of that to just stream. And if I'm being honest, it's just been laziness on my part. So I'm like, oh, I can make this video, I can make that. But then I thought to myself, but then I could just sit in my office, press two buttons, and then there we go. I can just sit there and play games and talk to people. And I've always enjoyed the idea of live stream, but never really could practice it. So I thought this is the ideal time. And like with my channel, I want to take in a direction now where there's less gameplay videos on the channel and it's more like discussion videos, because for one, I noticed that every video that I've done that is a discussion does very well in views compared to gameplay videos. So because you're talking about a topic that is trending in, like for example, for me in the Halo community, you're talking about a topic that's trending in that community, Halo fans, and even people that aren't even interested in Halo, but they've heard about it, are going to watch that video. Whereas if it's me playing a team deathmatch or a Slayer match or something, people are going to be like, they're not that bothered. But talking about, for example, the Halo Infinite campaign, as It's Tio has just said, a moderator of your channel, that they're looking forward to the new Halo game. Well, there was a lot of controversy surrounding the new Halo reveal. A lot of controversy. And I've got a lot of video ideas lined up for it. But it was just so much easier to wake up in the morning, have breakfast, and go, I'm going to live stream. Just press that button, load OBS, let's go live, done. So I'm thinking of push myself to do a bit of both. To anything gameplay related, I just live stream it, but then I unlist it afterwards so that, for me, it keeps the channel quite clean. And then if I need a few extra watch hours at the end of the monetization process, then I'll just make all my streams go live. Go public.
Yeah, I know. I got all those notifications. I opened my sub box and I just saw 20 videos. Yeah. I'm like, I'm like, what is this?
I did it as a test because I was intrigued, because it says on the monetization tab public watch hours, and I was like, it hasn't gone up in a while, and I'm streaming, getting all these watch hours. It turns out because I'm automatically unlisting the live streams, and I've put them in a playlist so that people can rewatch them if they want.
So the hours don't count if you have them unlisted, right after the stream?
No, they do not count whatsoever at all. You have to have them public. So on a channel like mine, I'm very OCD with it. The thumbnails need to be the same border, the same color combinations, that kind of thing. I've always been very neat and tidy with it. It's the same with my editing, as you know. Obviously, we work together quite a lot on the grind videos, and you always watch them before going live. And the crops would be dead perfect, and the transitions would be perfect, and I'd make sure the audios were all perfect and all that. I've always been very OCD with it. But then I was like, okay, I'll test this. I'll put all these live streams as public and see if my watch time changes. Suddenly, it added about 136 hours of watch time.
Jesus.
From those few streams. So in 3 weeks live streaming, I've gained 136 hours of watch time, because I've only made 2 videos since being back here at my place in Spain. So that kind of goes to show, really, doesn't it, how lazy I've been. In 3 weeks, I've made 2 videos, but live streamed 14 times.
Right. How long were each of those live streams?
They varied. I mean, for the first few, I only did an hour stream. But then there was one stream that a few of the guys in here are going to know. I was up until 4:30 in the morning. I streamed for about 6 hours, something like that. 6.5 hours. But that was because Jack had gone out, because Jack was living with me at the time, and Jack had gone out with some friends that he'd met here, and I wasn't really feeling up to going out drinking and stuff. So I said, you go have a good time, whatever. And I just had this feeling in my mind that I would need to end up picking him up. So I stayed sober, and the stream knew that I was staying sober. They was like, why have you not had a beer yet or whatever? And I explained, and they're like, oh, okay, it's fair enough. And right as I was about to go to bed, I get a text from Jack saying, you know, I've got a long walk home now because everyone else has gone and they've just left me. And I'm like, lucky for you, I stayed up specially. And, you know, just tell me where you are. And everyone on the stream was like, so you've been streaming for 6 hours just waiting to get that text message? Like, well, yeah. And I thought it was a good way to see, could I physically do it? Because I was going to stay up late either way, but it was either live stream and, you know, gain subscribers, some interaction with the channel, you know, whatever, try and boost it in the algorithm, or sit here and watch Netflix for 6 hours, because I'm quite capable of doing either. And I really enjoyed that live stream, but for the most part, I tend to do about 3 hours of live stream. That's like the average. But sometimes it's an hour if I've not got a lot of time, or you know, like if my PC wasn't broken, I would have been live streaming like yesterday, tonight, tomorrow, and all that. I mean, obviously tonight we organised to do the podcast, which, you know, by the way, thank you for inviting me on. I forgot to say that. It's very
rude chilling, dog. It's been a long time coming for sure.
Well, it's very strange being on a podcast, because for people unaware, I used to host a podcast alongside you and Jack, the Grindcast, which is still a thing. I've got an episode sat on my hard drive that was meant to be uploaded 7 months ago.
I mean, honestly, like the whole Grind Gaming channel is kind of just like 7 months delayed, basically. You know, I mean, we post videos like months after they're done. We're just like,
Yeah. I'm trying to read the live chat at the same time. It's really awkward because it keeps updating so quickly, and then we get into a conversation. He won't live till the end of his first game. Oh, wow. Thanks, Joe. You're a nice man. Also, the editing in your videos, Fordy, is top notch. Thank you very much,
everyone says
my
it.
friend.
It's so true.
Fordy being chill. Well, I get that all the time. They're always like, oh, your editing's like perfect, and it's like so clean. And I pride myself on it. And I was like, you know, if anyone ever came to me and said, I'd pay you to edit my videos, I'd say, yeah, okay. I'd happily be an editor. I'd enjoy that. I enjoy the editing process of a video. A lot of people, like Jack says it himself, he loves the recording part, but the editing part, he hasn't got the patience for it, and doesn't really enjoy it. It just frustrates.
It's definitely something that you develop over time. Like, I mean, when you first start out editing, it's definitely a terrible headache. But like, if you just keep going for it, and then you figure out new things, and then before you know it, you just do it. Like,
yeah. I joke. 40 being chill with on stream without dropping C-word cluster bombs. Name is I will leave the live stream on so my parrot cannot feel lonely. Dapper Helljumper out here giving Bouldini that watch time. He knows what's good. Yes. Oh man, it's so strange being on the other side of the podcast. It's actually quite nice.
Why is that?
Well, because normally, whenever it comes to like talking to people and whatever, I'm normally the guy asking the questions. I'm normally the guy that's the host guy. Like I said to you earlier, someone recognized me the other day and was like, "Oh, I watch all your videos, and you've got one of those voices that's like really soft and soothing, and you should like do radio stuff and, you know, like that kind of presenting, that kind of thing, and hosting." And I was like, you know, I took it as a compliment, of course, but it's like, and it made me think. I was like, well, that's why I did the Grindcast, because I could talk forever. I could sit here. We could be here. We could live stream for 6 hours quite easily of just talking a load of nonsense, and people would eat it up because they love us. Don't you? Yeah, you do.
Yes. Can we get a bunch of hearts in the chat, please?
Yeah, can we get hearts in the chat, because we all love each other.
Yeah.
Joe, we will tell Joe when he comes back, because he said BRB.
Yeah.
But so like, you know, I there's a yapping dog outside my flat. Shut up. Can you hear that?
Just a little bit.
Shut up. Sad Brad gives us a heart.
Brad? Thank you, Brad.
But you know what is really... We're getting back to the content creation side of things here. One thing that I noticed during the whole lockdown period of the world, because, you know, like most of the world was in lockdown for at least 2 months, I'd say. How many people came out of it very creative or attempting to create something and actually gave it a shot.
See, yeah, that's one thing that crossed my mind when I first heard that like countries were closing and stuff. I was like, well, now everybody's gonna have all this time to do it. Like it was definitely the time to start streaming or creating content because everybody's on something, watching something, or creating something. So it's like,
yeah, exactly. Everyone's at home. Everyone's got nothing better to do than watch YouTube. Or even my dad said that he ran out of things to watch, so just ran through the backlog of grind videos. He said he doesn't watch gaming videos, but he said he ran out of things to watch, so started watching all of our videos. And I'm just like, if my dad's saying that, that means that he must be very bored.
yeah,
You know. And I saw a lot of people come out, whether it was on TikTok, whether it was on YouTube, whether it was on Twitch. Mixer until they closed that down. Sadly, a few of my friends from there have been kind of messed about with Mixer now. They're not really sure what to do. One of my good friends, Freaks, has had to go back to Twitch and try and explain why he left. he was about this close to 1,000 followers, and he upped and left to Mixer. Man. Built a following on there, and then went back to Twitch and was like, so yeah, that didn't work out. You know, but generally speaking, there's been a large amount of people that have come out of lockdown very well off, especially in the creative sense. A lot of channels have blown up that you don't expect to blow up. A lot of Twitch streamers have blown up. Some of the wrong ones, some of the right ones. Like we said earlier, the people like Pokimane and people like Alinity and people like they. I don't see why people watch them.
Well, I see why they watch the females, because you got all these sad, lonely, emotional simps. Just like donating constantly, which
I mean, I've only ever donated twice to streamers, and one of them was my friend Steve, who was in the UK, who does like Minecraft builds, and the other one was Freakster, my friend in Canada. The only two people I've ever donated to live streaming, and it came to a total of $5 in my entire life, because that's all I could afford. But it's like, I don't understand how these people turn up to like an Alinity stream and donate $100. I'm like, what?
And like I've seen like not even just Pokimane and Alinity, but like there's plenty of female streamers out there that get like $1,000 donations, $10,000 donations, and like they barely even acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Like they get it and they're like, oh, thank you, and it's like I just donated like my whole life savings, and you just like, I mean, dude.
Well, it's like the people donating it either have more money than brains. How you doing, Colt Finn?
Oh yeah, welcome.
Nice to see you here, my friend.
We're doing good.
Thanks for thanks for coming over, man. A fellow viewer, fellow Fordy viewer over there. Make sure you drop Bouldini a subscription, my friend.
Bless.
What a legend.
Cooper.
You got a lot of people that follow these streamers, and they donate that amount of money just because they want them to be seen. Yeah. They want them to like respond to them in some way, shape, or form. And the chat, you look at big streamers, chats blow up. You don't see any of the messages anyway. Even with things like slow mode on, it just doesn't. You don't see anything. So when someone's like, "Oh, I've got like $1,000 to donate," it's just so they can get some recognition or some attention. Yeah. And it's really like that is simping. Like if Jack's still in here, you can't call me a simp. I didn't donate $1,000 to a Twitch streamer. There's plenty of people that have, but I'm not one of them, and I'm proud to say that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I saw a post the other day, and it said treating like a woman nicely is not simping. Like treating them like a god and like worshiping and like, just like constantly complimenting and constantly just giving them stuff, like that's simping.
Oh yeah. Like if you're. I mean, I have simped.
Oh, yeah.
In the past, I was simping a girl.
I think we all have at least once.
And I think, at least once we all have. And I learned from my mistakes, and now I've grown I'm becoming this different person now, where it's like, I'm just going to let it happen when it happens. I'm not going to chase. A lot of people enjoy the chase. I don't know why. Like, I like the end result. I like just getting there and being in a relationship with someone. I don't like the whole trying to win that person over. Like I haven't got time for that. I've got Halo to play. I got live streams to do, bro. Videos to make.
Like for me, it's like I usually give it about a month, and if it's not like we're, vibing right, then it's like I'm done. Like I can't simp for like a whole year and not get like the same attention back. Like I can only do it for so long.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And thing is, when you haven't been told before, you don't realize that you're simping. It was only when Jack came over and he said to me, like, you're simping hard on this girl, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And then as time went on, I kind of realized that I was like just giving like a lot of my time to her when she was like giving nothing in return. Like, there was one night where she had a flat tire, and I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. If anybody else had a flat tire, I'd go and help them as well. But I was trying to win brownie points by racing over there at like midnight to fix her tire because I had a little portable like air compressor in my boot, in my trunk, should I say, for the fellow Americans out there that don't know what a boot is. It's a trunk, it's a boot, it's the same thing. And I rushed over there and all that. All I got was a thanks for that, mate. And I was like, why am I bothering? Like, why am I bothering? And it just kind of made me realize that maybe I was simping. I was simping very hard. I came back and heard I can't simp for a year. Nice one, IGL. No, man, but like when it comes to like online simping, it's a whole different ball game to real life simping. Like you said, if treating a woman with respect and complimenting her now and then and just being a genuinely nice person is considered simping, then I hold my hands up. But like going over the top with it and complimenting every little thing, that is simping. Yeah, like, oh, I really like that little tiny thing, that little tiny detail. And she's like, oh, that's a bit of my breakfast cereal that is stuck on my face. Oh, I think it looked nice. Yeah. Simping,
right? Or like agreeing with absolutely everything that she says, like.
Yeah. I mean, one of my friends is currently simping the exact same girl, and I'm like, don't do it, bro, don't do it. And he's like, oh no, it's fine. He's like, no, we're just friends. I'm like, but we both know that you do not want to just be friends with this girl. And he's like, yeah, I just want to be friends. She's one of my best friends. I was like, oh, he said best friend. You know what that means? Friends.
Yeah, that's when it starts sinking.
We've all been
so long, there. Sailor. Like,
we've all been there, man. I climbed out of the friend zone once.
Same. It's a good feeling, but then.
Oh, it's amazing, but then it ain't gonna work out. There's an expiration date,
and then it's like you tried so hard and you reached the top, and then it just comes crumbling down. It's like, man.
And everyone's stuck in that friend zone, just going, "Well done, man! We're so proud of you. You made it." And then about 6 months later, you're back down there with them, and you're like, "Oh well."
Exactly. That's why you gotta love the boys, man. The boys always got your back. Yeah.
Exactly, man. Bros before hoes. That's what it's got to be. Always. I'm trying to think of like any other girls I've really simped. I mean, I don't know about simping. Right. I'd say, like when you're at that point where you're like madly in love with someone. You ever been at that point where you're in love with someone, but you know that they don't feel the same way back
every time,
but you keep trying. It always has.
Dude, I swear, it's terrible, but
it's like you know that they don't feel the same way, and they probably never will. But you keep trying with that false hope, like maybe she will one day, maybe she will if you keep trying. And then she's probably sitting there going, like, "Will you just like leave me alone?" Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like. Is it considered simping, or is it just you're madly in love, or you don't know what you're doing, or maybe you're just dumb? I don't know.
I mean, it's one of the greatest mysteries of life, for sure. Like,
and the thing is, I mean, Jack said this to me the other day, and I've actually had a lot of time thinking about it since, because he left on Monday, so it's nearly been a week that Jack's been gone from Spain, which is kind of weird to think about, and he was saying that love at the end of the day is just a chemical reaction in your brain. Love isn't a real thing. Like love. It's just a chemical reaction that is released in your brain when you see this specific someone you're attracted to. And it made me just rethink literally every relationship I have and gone, holy crap, why was I with her? Why did I do this? Why did I do that? Why was I ever attracted to this person? Like, why is my brain letting off these pheromones and chemical reaction, whatever, to someone that looks like a dumper truck? Like, what the hell's wrong with me?
Exactly. See, and
You know?
most of the time, it's not even when someone looks like a dump truck. It's mostly when you see this, dime piece, absolute beautiful woman, and you're just like, I'll do anything for her, and then you become obsessed,
Yeah.
but like you feel like it's okay because love is kind of like obsession, I guess, because you're just constantly thinking about that person. You want to be around that person all the time.
Yeah, love is an obsession. I 100% agree with you there. Love is 100% an obsession, and at the end of it all, it either works out or it doesn't. It's one of those things where it's like, what does girlfriend end with? What are the last three letters of girlfriend?
End.
Yeah. What are the last three letters of garlic bread?
EAD.
EAD. Garlic bread will never leave you. Garlic bread will never end it with you. Stick with
But
garlic
what does
bread.
EAD
What are the
stand
last three words? Eat all Doritos. There you go.
Nice.
Smooth. I'm on it, mate. I'm on it. You know, I think it's about that time. It's about that time where we,
boy.
we crack open a little,
A cold one.
a Steinberg Suave.
Man.
It's always reversed on.
I turned 21 in February.
$2. Oh yeah, you'll be able to buy alcohol in February, won't you? Because you can't actually buy alcohol yet. Like, let me tell you something, my friend. I went to the store to buy these. I bought a crate of 12, $2.60.
Jeez.
I was like,
But is the
okay,
flavor worth
I'll
it?
have 4, please. I'll tell you now.
It just tastes like gasoline or something. Just
Yeah, I like drinking gas. I'm from Kentucky. We love gasoline.
that's racist.
It's not racist because they're not a race. Because it's a county, isn't it? It's a state. So I'm statist. That's actually very smooth. I'll give him that.
That's good.
I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10 because I don't normally drink out of cans. I don't really like drinking out of cans, but I think that's quite nice. It's very smooth. I'm more of a lager person myself, but I'm sure other people. You don't like lager?
I mean, like, I've never tried it, but
Okay. You've never tried lager, like just a smooth lager beer? Come on.
no, I haven't.
Ah, right, I got you, man. I got you. The FBI are watching, isn't they? You know, I can say this one once, and you give me allowance to say this. If the FBI are watching, bastards.
Yeah.
Because you know what? 'Cause I pronounce it different to America, so it's like with my accent. Sometimes people don't understand that I'm saying that word. Like American viewers sometimes say to me, "What did you just say?" And I say, "Well, I just said that." And they're like, "But what is that word?" And I have to say it with that like an American accent to it, and they go, "Oh right, I couldn't understand it." And I'm like, "Really?" They thought I was saying bar stool,
What?
like a bar stool.
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Okay."
These people
Oops.
need to.
Maybe I didn't word that
People need to
correctly.
like educate themselves on the British accent. Like it's not that hard.
Yeah, I know that Mr. Bouldini over here, you know, he does do a very good British accent. If you want to hear Bouldini's accent, put it in the chat right now. You got to put it in the
I'll
chat.
just start
Enough
whenever.
people-
It just kind of pops up and goes out whenever I
God.
want it to. You know what I mean? It just kind
You genuinely sound like a Londoner from 1970, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It just pops in and pops out.
of. I didn't even like try to put any words there. It's just. But I've been watching a lot of like Ozzy Osbourne, like Ozzy and Jack's World Detour and stuff. And it's like that's where I've kind of learned a lot of my British slang type stuff was from watching Ozzy.
Yeah, see, Ozzy is one of. Now that you say it, I can hear it. Yeah, I wrote Crazy Train. Yeah, I wrote Crazy Train. I was in Black Sabbath.
I mean,
Yeah,
except now is just.
I'm
I
good.
mean, I'm pretty cool. That's that's pretty much how he talks. Like,
I'm
I
pretty
mean, he
good.
doesn't
Yeah,
stutter all the
I'm pretty
time, but
good.
like, I mean, literally, the show, like, they have to
He does
put
now.
context underneath so people can understand what he's saying. Like,
Yeah, because I mean, at the moment he's suffering with an illness as
yeah,
well. And
he's
he's got
got yeah Parkinson's.
Parkinson's, and that makes you like all shaky and stuff. So that well, when he's talking like this now. So he's like,
Yeah,
yeah. I wrote Crazy Train. And it's like it's so strange because like I was watching a video the other day of a performance. I think it was at the Grammys or something like that, and it was Slash from Guns N' Roses, Miles Bartlett or Miles Barnes, something like that, and the front man of Biffy Clyro. I've forgotten his name. He won't be watching, so it doesn't matter. Um, and they were performing Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne with Ozzy Osbourne in the crowd, sitting there, and the whole time he's just going, "Wow, oh wow, oh wow," because he's sitting there just like. I'm listening to my own song being performed by like 3 different bands at the
right.
same time. This is so
I
weird.
mean, dude,
The song that he
like
wrote.
that's why I like Ozzy and Jack's World Detour because they would go to like these places and there's I think 3 episodes I've seen so far. Like they went to this football stadium and a marching band played what was it? I think was it Iron Man by Black Sabbath? I think.
Yeah. Down, 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 down,
Yeah,
down,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
down,
And
down,
they like
down. Yeah,
spelled
yeah,
they spelled
Iron
out
Man.
Ozzy on the field and stuff like that. Which like I
That is
know, like
so cool.
being him, like I could only imagine like watching that and like hearing like a song you made decades ago just being played today. Like that's
That is a cool feeling. Let's be real. Like imagine like let's say for example you took like Ohio Gang, and then like you have all these people chanting Ohio Gang, like you go to a football field and all you hear is them going Ohio
dude,
Gang.
that'd be awesome.
Imagine the
If
feeling.
well, I mean, spectators aren't going to be at football games, but if you ever end up in a student section again, anybody watching this, I want you to start that chant. That'd be awesome.
Oh, it's got to be done. 100%. Everyone's got to start going, oh,
Yeah,
Ohio
yeah.
gang. You
Instead
know
of
what I
like
mean?
the
Get the hype rolling on that.
or whatever the heck they do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Instead of the 7 Nation, we do bo 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 bo. Like, no, I can't deal with that. Like the other day, we finished playing a show with the band, and we had to cut it short because the police turned up coming to shut us down because of a noise complaint. So it was some old person being miserable, and there's like, "You've got 10 minutes to wrap this up." And then we said on the mic, due to reasons beyond our control, we are unable to finish the show tonight. So we leave you with this last song, and play the last song. And at the end, everyone's like really like pissed that we couldn't finish. And we were coming off stage, and there's a thing in England like a football chant, like a soccer chant, for the FA Cup, that kind of thing. And it's like a really loud, obnoxious, proper like chant. And that same night, one of the football teams in the FA Cup, whether had or the Premier League, had just won, and there were loads of their fans there. And we're coming off stage, and as we're coming off, they all start clapping, and we're like, it's fine. No, like, take a bow. And then one bloke stands up. He's like, "We love seldom sober. We love seldom sober. La 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 la." La 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 la, come on, and then the whole place just goes, "We love seldom sober."
Yeah,
And we're like, what is going on? And they're chanting our name, and we're like, bro, what is happening? This is so
that's dope.
strange. And then like, but suddenly everyone's buying you beer, and you're like, you come home at 3 in the morning, extremely drunk, going, "Where am I? Where did I park my car again? I don't know where I am. How did I get in bed? What's going on? Who is this woman with me? I don't understand." It all ends up like that, and it's such a surreal feeling. Like we played a show. Was it last Friday? No, not this Friday gone. The one before. And at the end, we got like a standing ovation from the crowd because a lot of people hadn't heard us before, and then a lot of people come up to us at the end saying, "It is unheard of that at this venue you get a standing ovation," and like some really big bands have played there, and we was like overwhelmed by it. It was
That is
incredible.
awesome, bro.
So from doing that, we've now had places that are up in the big cities phoning us saying, we want to give you this much money to come and play for us. And they're going to put us back in lockdown, bro. No!
That's going to suck. I mean, like, there's some people, I don't know if they're doing it over there, but, like, here in America, they're doing, like, drive-in concerts where, like, people...
See, now that...
Yeah.
It's
just
cool.
Pretty much like a drive-in movie theater, but you're just watching a concert.
See, if they did that, that'd be fair enough. I think that'd be quite cool because it puts a different perspective on it. You're all safe. You're all in your own safe environment and all that.
Right.
Like, I feel like that's okay, and I realize I keep falling down. I think that's fair enough because they're doing it in England. I know at the moment where they're doing the drive-in movie theaters, which was never a thing in England really. It was always an American thing. The drive-in like movie theaters was always something that you associated with America. And I'm seeing people going to them now, parking their cars up, and they've got a big screen set up and whatever, and they're watching movies there. I'm like, you never see that in England. So this new normal does bring some cool stuff. Don't get me wrong. But I am really, really bored of wearing a face mask. Like, genuinely bored.
Believe me, I understand. Like, my beard, you realize how hard it is for me to wear a mask all day with this thing? Like, it gets...
Mate, yeah, you have to wear, like, a scarf that's about this thick.
Well, I mean, like, it's not really thick. It's pretty thin. It's like one of those, I don't know how... Kind of like... It's kind of like what snowboarders wear, I guess. It's, like, kind of have, like, that extra little thing over their face to...
It's like a bandana type deal, yeah?
But, like...
Yeah. Like what all the gangsters wear in GTA, and when they shoot you the ball, they were shooting you.
It's, like, so... It's not like it's super tight, but it just like holds my beard down, and when I take it off, it's like literally just wavy, like super wavy. It's crazy, and I hate it, and it itches so bad. Like,
I mean, my face mask, it's kind of messy now because
why is it messy?
I mean, obviously from the not in that sense, you dirty pig. Oh my god! Oh no, you cannot talk like that. No, but where, as people will have seen on the thumbnail, my hair is bright blue on the thumbnail, but it is not actually blue. It's naturally blonde. But the way that I get those colours is I use hairspray. And at one of the shows, I sprayed it on 20 minutes before going live on
you
stage.
Sweat, didn't you?
And I swear, and it all just dripped down my face, and my face was blue. And like, I was like, oh no. And I was wearing that mask for the last song because by law, if you're moving around like a venue, a bar, if you're just walking along the street, you have to wear a mask. You have to at all times. And so that we didn't break the law, because we knew that the police would turn up to check that, everyone's socially distancing and all that. For the last song, we do Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd, which is an absolute classic. And we get to the end and we just use it as an excuse to just go absolutely mental, as if we've just done like 12 lines of cocaine and popped some pills.
Nice.
And like, we're just seeing great stuff. We just go insane. Like our lead guitarist Jack will run and jump on a table and start playing a guitar solo, rip his shirt off and just go insane. And then everyone like runs along the beach with their guitars and running around. People just throwing their guitars around their necks like they're Fallout Boy or something. But in order to do that, they had to wear masks. So I said, I'll keep up with the image and I'll put a mask on as well. Couldn't breathe at all. And I played for like another 4 or 5 minutes, I think. It wasn't too long, but like breathing in it, you can see I was like slowly like sucking it into my mouth. Like, I'm really, really tired at this point. I'm sweating. And now all around the inside of this mask is just blue and yellow because I wore it for another gig when I had yellow hair. And it just kind of got like a line around the edge of it, like a weird color, mixture of blue and yellow. Like it's got like a weird, funny lime green color. And people look at it as if it's like really manky, but it's just hairspray.
Take it off, and then people are like, "He has corona." Like it looks like you just.
Yeah, exactly. They suddenly think I'm ill, and I'm like, I'm not ill. I'm fine.
I just have dyed hair.
Like at least I think I am. I don't know. Yeah, man. I mean, I've got a show on Sunday, and I'm trying to pick the color. Actually, let's do it. Chat. What color hair should I have on Sunday night when I play my next show? That's what we're gonna do.
Let's see.
You tell me the color, and I'll get it dyed. That's what we're gonna do.
But we have to agree on one
have other
color.
People.
That's the rule.
Yes. Your dad chose my last colour.
Did he?
Yeah. He left a comment on the Seldom Sober Instagram because they put a picture of me with the blue hair and said that John was rocking blue hair. What colour should he have next? And your dad posted red like his drum kit. And I went red, but the problem is that after about half an hour of drying, it slowly went orange and turned ginger. And I was like, this is wrong. Like, if I'm going to go red, I want it red. And I was like, I can't have this. So I washed it all out, then sprayed green in it, and then it just became an absolute mess. I was like, oh no, what have I done? So I'm gonna try and go purple. I was going to try and go purple for Sunday, but Colt Finn says rainbow. Oh god, I'm going to be Tekashi 6ix9ine.
You're gonna have to buy like 6 different cans and just spray lines.
I've got four.
Which way would you go,
blue,
horizontal,
red,
or would you go the other way?
I go that way. I have to go that way. Going that way would look a bit weird. Or I could just do like just random. Someone said to me, do it all blue and then put orange dots in it. I said no, because I'd look special. I'd look like a TV show. I'd look like a kids' TV presenter.
I mean, you could get pretty crazy with some hair dye, bro. For real, you could do some like wacky looking stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, of course. Someone told me to do the American flag in it once. They said, do the stars and stripes. I said, my head's not that big.
I mean, it's an idea. You could do that. You could do red and white. Just look like Where's Waldo threw up on your head or something.
When Crimson Wavelengths are the supporting act for Seldom Sober at the barn, I'll do it then.
All right, bet. I'll talk to Grayson tonight.
I'm not dropping no shade at all. But, you know, like we want to do America. We got a show in the UK. And we've got a few more coming from the UK that want us because we've done so well here. So I want to do America, but the problem is America is very expensive. It's a very expensive place. And if people don't realize that, I mean, as an American citizen yourself, you've born and bred and raised and schooled and worked and whatever. It's different for you because it's kind of just you're normal. You're used to it. I turn up in America and I go, I've got €1,000. They're going to go,
yeah.
What are you going to do with that? Is that like the pocket money your mother gave you or something?
Right.
Like
How much
no.
is €1,000 in USD?
I'll find out for you. Hang on. We'll do a little, I'll ask Google.
Because I know.
What is €1,000 in dollars? It is $1,178.78.
I mean, you could probably get like a rental car.
A rental car, like, I'm just going to borrow your Jeep.
I mean, good old Sally's at 190,000 miles. I don't know how much longer she gonna have.
Is that all? My car's about to hit 400,000.
Bro, what cars around here? They get to 200,000. They just like turn to dust.
Nah, man. I got it's a Mercedes-Benz E270 that I've got, and it was from the UK, and then I bought it when it was taken to France by someone, and they've looked after it. And when they bought it brand new in 2003, it cost them £96,000, which equates to just over $100,000 for a brand new. God. And I bought it for €1,000 3 months ago.
Hell.
It depreciated £95,000 in 17 years, and it's been looked after from day one. Service history, like the mileage is crazy. It's in miles, Dapper. That is miles. Like kilometers, I don't want to know. That is ridiculous. Kilometers, it'd just be like, Jesus, oh Canada. You know, it's crazy. But when I first went to look at it, I was like, I didn't want something with high miles, and I went and looked at it, I thought, but it's a Mercedes-Benz, it's supposed to be reliable, you know, they're from Germany, it's supposed to be good. But then again, BMW are crap, so I don't know, what do I do? And I said to my dad, will you come with me and take a look? Because my dad knows about cars. He, like, stripped cars down when he was a kid. Did all, like, the mechanics and stuff, and he was chill. And so he knows his way around cars more than I do. that's kind of what got me into cars. Like seeing all my dad's creations he made as a kid, like when he was 16, 17, I'm like, I want to do that. But nowadays it's more difficult because things are more expensive. Cars are more difficult to work on. Like, you know, I mean, Dak will know this. You know, like Dak's modified cars before. You know, you've got friends that have modified cars. It's a very expensive hobby. You know, compared to what it was in like the 70s and 80s when it was like very, very cheap. So it's like, I didn't know what to do with this car. So I say, Dad, come and have a look. And he takes it for a drive and he said, if I'm being honest, it drives better than my Jaguar. His Jaguar has 70,000 miles.
Jeez.
So I was like, really? He's like, yeah. He said, honestly, all the features work on it. But the only thing that doesn't work is the radio. But the problem is with that is that it's a fiber optic cable, and I don't really want to get involved in that. So when I've got the money, I'll take it to someone that knows what they're doing. But at the moment, what I've done is I bought a big Bluetooth speaker that's like this big, and I've got 2 phone mounts in the center where the air conditioning comes out. And I've clamped the speaker to 2 mobile phone holders, to two cell phone holders, and I connect my phone via Bluetooth to it, have my phone stuck on the magnetic one on the side, and it just works like a radio. So I'm not really too bothered about it, to be honest. And I use like Google Maps for my sat nav. So I was like, I mean, the radio doesn't work, but you can play music through other things. That's fine. And I looked around. What else was the problems? There was no other problems. Electronic, like suspension. So when I start the car, it like lifts itself up and makes itself level and all that.
I love that. I think it was Dak's Jetta that did that.
Yes, it's like electronic or air. It depends. Like this one's electronic, so you hear it go like a buzzing sound, and then when I start it, you see the front just go like if I'm sat on like a sound part like that, like on a curb or something, it will then set itself level so that you can get in the car without any problems. And as you come down off the curb, it will like reset itself and stuff. And the fact that all that works is incredible, and it's pushing 220 brake horsepower.
Jeez.
Which is pretty fast, and my insurance is surprisingly cheap. And the top speed I've gotten on that in miles an hour is 139 miles an hour. And then I got very scared and slowed down because I was very, very scared. I was on a motorway on the way here, and there was a section where like it was de-restricted, so I just put my foot flat to the floor. And it was ready to keep going. It was only sitting at like 2,000 RPM. And I was just like, right, I'll put it in sport mode and just see what happens. And it suddenly opens up this valve in the exhaust. It just goes, oh, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like really loud. I'm driving this obnoxious Mercedes-Benz now. I'm like, what's going on here? And I'm just going along. I'm going really fast. And the steering wheel starts shaking like that. And you're like, okay, what speed are we at? I'm looking at it, I'm going 120. 130, and I was like, I want to get 150 miles an hour. I want 150, and I'm going, and then I'm just like, I don't know, because I don't know if my brake's going to work.
Yeah.
I'll slow down, and I'll hold it, and I'll wait until I've got another chance. But the thing with it is that because it's rear-wheel drive, it drifts very nicely. I see Dak in the chat there. Challenge accepted, my friend. I'm going to hit 150 in the Mercedes. We're going to do it. We're going to get it on film, and we're just going to just cover up the speed.
That'd be a good video.
But the girl that I was simping loves Mercedes-Benz. Right?
That's the whole reason you bought the car. You were simping that hard.
Everyone said that to me. God damn it. I didn't go and buy a Mercedes-Benz to simp. I bought one so that I could go, I have a Mercedes-Benz to everyone else. You know what I mean? You got a Honda CRV I haven't driven in a whole summer, so yeah, beat that. I don't think I can, mate, because CRVs are pretty good cars, I'm not going to lie. But I did do a Alfa Romeo 156, nice car, very nice car indeed. But something I did, it was very, very naughty of me. Don't do this at home, children, okay? I'd only had a few drinks, maybe like 3 or 4 beers, 3 or 4 pints. And I get to this part outside a nightclub, and I pull over because I really needed to pee. And Jack's in the car waiting, and I get back in, and I turn the traction control off, and I put it in sport mode. And this girl messages me saying, "Oh, you know, do you want to come out for a drink or whatever? We're out. I've just seen you drive past. Like, do you want to come in for a drink?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And I'm on this car park. It's kind of like sand, like sand gravel type deal. not like gravel, but it's like hard standing with like sand over the top, so it's kind of slippery. And I'm sat outside this nightclub, and there's a police car parked up, but they're outside the club, like as bouncers. So I just put my foot to the floor, full lock the wheel, did like 3 or 4 donuts, and then just skidded off into the road, going, and left tire marks leaving the road. And then I was like, if I slow down now, those police are going to catch me, so I've just got to keep going really fast. And I didn't realize, it's just that I was going that quick, I didn't have time to react to the speed bump in the road. And this car sits very low, and it just went clonk, clonk, clonk. I went, no. I was like, I need to slow down. And I dipped down a back road, and I got to this point where I could see them coming behind me. So I dipped down this back road and find this little alleyway, turn the lights off. I did like Need for Speed when you would like hide from the police. I did that, turned the lights off, and just kind of went like that, and just went. And they drove past. They didn't see me parked up there. I waited for a while, waited for them to go back and gone again. Waited for about 5 minutes. And I was like, right, okay, I think we're safe. And Jack's sitting there going, what the fuck have you done? I dropped an F-bomb, I'm sorry, but it was just like, it was just one of those things where it was just like, what have you done? And I'm like, it was fun. Wasn't it fun? Yeah. Did you die? No, we're fine. It was a good time. And I want to do a video of like taking that, like drifting and things like that, because I think it'd be really fun. And the problem is now I don't have anyone here that lives with me that's any good with cameras.
Of course.
Like, I don't have anyone that's like a decent cameraman, at least not that I'm aware of, and not one that isn't going to charge me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've got the camera gear. I just need someone to hold it and not sit there like, let's say like, this is the camera, and not sit there doing like that with it.
I know, like, I don't understand how people don't know how to film. It's like you're literally, I just ask you to hold the camera. That's all I ask. And then it's like somehow they end up just like turning around with it's like, what are you doing? Like, I mean.
It's like that. They're just static doing this. And I'm like, why are you over there? Oh, sorry, I completely forgot I had the camera in my hands. You forgot you've got a DSLR in your hand that big. Yeah. You stupid. Like, I don't understand how people have so much trouble. Like, just like you said then, like, filming from, like, if you're holding the camera, like, seriously, anyone can do that. Anyone can. Now, filming yourself, like vlogging, that takes cojones. That takes some, big boy balls.
It definitely takes a while, especially in public. Like, just being able to talk to yourself in public when people are like literally staring at you as you're holding a camera. Like,
yeah, man. This is what I want to know. I want to know from you. What was your first experience vlogging in public like? Like, because everyone's had their first time. You vlogged, I vlogged. Crashes car, killing 16 innocents, but that's a lot of likes. Damn, man's making that YouTube money.
Honestly, you probably could post that and then you just be living off that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I could just post a dash cam video. I could just fake a dash cam video, easy. My friend keeps crashing her car anyway, so I'll just get that on film. Anytime I go out with her, I'll be like, please crash, please crash.
But I don't even really remember my first time. Like, it's been so long. Like...
remember which video it was that was your first one?
I'll look back.
It wasn't one of the high schools, wasn't it? It wasn't one of the high school ones.
Oh, no, surely. Definitely not. This was like... Oh, man.
That shirtless video got a lot of views.
My shirtless video is like a staple for sure. It still is to this day. Like, people from like my school, like, they're like, man, yeah, that was the shirtless kid.
The shirtless kid.
That was seriously like what I was known for at my school. Like, everybody knew. Like, we had like a senior meeting, like when senior year first started, and like one of the first things that the principal said was, "Please keep your shirts on." And then everybody looked at me. I was like, "Oh," like, it was the funniest thing ever, dude.
Brilliant. Even the principal was like, "Don't do it, Zach. Don't do it."
Oh man. Okay.
Your town has one vlogger who wears a white balaclava. Even why does he wear a white balaclava? Is that for the COVID restrictions, or is he just a bit of a strange person? Because I'm intrigued. That is like the nickname Billy the Kid, but like much more lame.
Much more lame. Have you seen my shirtless videos? I'm a legend.
He wears it all the time. Oh, fair play. I love it. Who's gone live on Twitch? Who am I shouting out? I'm not shouting you out. You're a batty crease. You didn't shout me out. I ain't shouting you out. No, while you look it up, I remember my first time vlogging. It was so weird, and I thought, what would be the best place to vlog? Right? I chose to vlog somewhere where there was thousands and thousands of people, and I didn't know what I was doing.
You didn't know what you were doing?
I mean, I'd vlogged before, but like only with like my close friends around.
Dang.
It's like if I'm like with my friend George, or if I was with you, or with Jack, or whatever, and then it's like, yeah, I'm quite comfortable because they know I do it. They know I vlog. They sometimes end up being cameramen for it. Like Ali filmed my latest music video if I have a smoke. You know, I mean, I've had George do quite a lot of filming in a lot of the vlogs that we did, like when we drove to that show. And so for them it's different. But the first time I did it properly in public, I went to Paris to watch a WWE show, and I took this camera with me, and I was so nervous. But then I get it, and there's this French YouTuber with a big camera rig, big microphone, going out interviewing people in French, and I'm in his vlog, and he's in my vlog, and it was so weird. I'm like, he had like 50,000 subscribers, and I was there with like 200, going, this is great, and he's just going out with all his professional gear. I'm like, bruh, this is just weird. And I'm trying to film it, and I'm like, am I invading people's privacy? Well, what am I doing? Oh, no, I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, no, it is pretty
like,
awkward.
Man, Lon, say hi to the parrot. It'll be your viewers. No worries, Dapper man. I know you'll be back soon.
Heck yes, sir.
If you vlog in the woods, doesn't that defeat the point of vlogging? Like, isn't vlogging like vlogging your life experiences? Wait, and what do you do in the woods? You're kind of worrying me, bro.
Honestly, I just sit in the woods. I just, soak it in. It's nature. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, the thing is here that where I live now, there are no woods. But that's why I go to the beach. I'll go to the beach, sit there, and I'll just watch the ocean, and just think like not really meditate, but kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for, Zach? You know what I'm looking for. Reflect. Reflect on things, because you're just there. You've got the sea. It's calming sound. You're there by yourself, just chilling out. The sand's about 47,000 degrees, burning your feet, but that's fine. That's not a problem. You forget about that and just go, I'll take the 3rd degree burns. And that's where I filmed most of the Homeward Bound music video, which is stuck on my PC that's broken. Like, I want to finish getting that one done because I want to get that music video out. And then retire from music because I don't really have a thing for music. Like, I'm good as a drummer, but as an artist, questionable. At the moment.
Me and Dakota are actually working on a EP right now. We have 2 songs made for it, I think.
Oi, Sabaloy.
It's we got.
Can we get names for these songs?
One is called Harambe.
Oh no!
But it's not like a full song about Harambe. Like we kind of like we mentioned gorillas in it, but like it wasn't like a love song for Harambe or nothing.
I don't know. Like, Jack would eat that up. Jack would love a Harambe. He's like, I'll do a Harambe diss track just to annoy Jack. You're just a gorilla.
He was a fellow Ohio gang member. You know what I'm saying? Ohio gang. He died in Cincinnati.
That is true. That is true. You have a much more like close bond with the boy.
I sadly never got to meet him, but I saw him.
But he's still practically family. Let's be
pretty
real.
much. Ohio gang. I can hear him singing it right now. It's got me choked up a little bit. But
I've just had a voice note come through. Hold on.
That was dumb. I should probably just end it on that. Everybody's like, wow, you dabbed.
I'm currently sat here live with Bouldini on his Keep On Rolling podcast. So thank you for the lovely words, Marina. That means a lot. And we'll definitely have a catch up at some point in the future. Like, you know, life's crazy right now. We're in a crazy world, but we'll have a catch up at some point. And yeah, we'll go from there. Nice one. She's probably watching this going, you freaking weirdo.
You're sliding in, dog. That's what it's all about.
You know, no, that's the girl who I gave Dak the Snapchat. You know the one that said that she found Dak hot in one of the videos. Yeah, it was her. Because I sent a Snapchat out saying that I was live on the Keep On Rolling podcast to come over and chill. And Marina's always had my back with like YouTube because she's a blogger. She's like a beauty blogger. She's got like a blog with like thousands of readers.
Nice.
So me and her did actually talk about a few years ago actually collaborating and doing one of those videos where like she does my makeup and that
I would like to see you in a full face of makeup. I think that would be something.
Is that gonna go in your busting bank?
Hit my watch later. It's gonna stay there.
Going in the wank bank.
But my first vlog ever, outside of my house at least, on my main channel. Like I had a second channel where I posted vlogs every day for a little bit, but like my first vlog outside was July 13th, 2015, and me and Jonah went down to the woods, ironically.
Oh, wow.
It was like nighttime, and we were just messing around. But I actually almost died in that video. Like I slipped on a rock and I almost hit my head off a corner of a rock, and like if I would have hit, probably would have got at least a concussion.
That's a fun memory, then.
I mean, it's a pretty cool video. It's very dark though. You can't really see anything because it was on my iPod, I believe.
No ISO there, boy. iPod Touch or iPod Nano?
Yeah, iPod Touch,
right? So you're not one of those guys that vlogged on the little tiny camera on the iPod Nanos.
But my
that's weird when they added that camera. I didn't get that. You know the iPod Nanos when they added the little cameras to them for some reason. I was like, what was the point in that? That's just pointless, right?
Dude, I was actually kind of jealous because my sister got an iPod Nano like a couple years after I had mine, and then hers had a camera and mine didn't. And like I was trying so hard to like trade her. I was like, mine's better if you want this one, and like.
Wow. Look at you guilt tripping your own sister.
Oh yeah, dude, I did that all the time.
Bouldini exposed. Let's get right into the news. Bouldini exposes his sister. No, not exposed. Bouldini exposed for guilt tripping his sister. There it is. That's the one. But no, I actually got sent a video today. You know, if we, just jumping back onto the topic of Twitch v YouTube, yeah. I'm not sure if you saw it. Jack sent it to me, and I'm sure. What was his actual message that he said to me? He said something to me, and I was like, oh, no, this, like Jack DM'd me on Twitter. Normally, he just sends me like funny memes or something. And the last message I got from Jack was, "Boulder's hit the nail on the head. I want to kiss that man after what he just tweeted." And that was your thread about YouTubers versus streamers.
I mean, like, it really is an irrelevant argument. Like, I don't see how one or the other side is right at all. Like, it's just, I don't know. It just, none of it makes sense to me.
Oh, it affects your mental health.
Yeah.
And you're like, but it can. Like, anything can affect your mental health. But do you know what made it even more frustrating?
Oh, no. Oh, no, we lost him. He's offline. He's back. Hello? I don't know. You just, like, went offline for a second. Yeah. It said you were offline.
Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it here first.
Thought I lost you. I was like, no.
Because you kept freezing on my end, so I was like, is that your internet or my internet? I don't know. But we'll find out, right?
Yeah,
we're all Gucci, yeah? Yeah, but it turns out he was Twitch's 7th most subscribed channel on the platform. And he's sitting there just slagging off YouTubers oh, my mental health. He's going, your mental health's fine. You just want an excuse to not make any videos. He's like, so you can make one of them in 10 minutes. I just want to go up to him and just punch him in the
maybe
face.
you could film in 10 minutes, but like after editing and well, in all reality, you could make a video in 10 minutes if you're one to just sit and talk for 10 minutes and then just post it right after. But
oh yeah, exactly. If you don't put any cuts in it or anything like that,
right.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's, you know, 90. I can't even say 90. Honestly, probably like 75% of YouTube actually edits their videos. So,
yep.
I don't know, man. It's a big old mess for real.
Oh, so someone's biggest fan in
Yo,
the chat.
Stoner for life. Welcome. Thank you for that. I see you all the time, and I appreciate you very much. You like all my stuff, and you're very nice. I might have to send him a Bouldini shirt. What do you think, John?
I mean, I'm still waiting on my Bouldini sticker, so don't get your hopes up.
I put it up right here. It's just
you bastard! you bastard! You did it on purpose just to go.
No, well, like it sat over there for the longest time, and I just like looked at it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put it in the background of my video. Like, why not?
I mean, yeah, you can do, because like I gave you my address and everything, and it was just like, when's it coming? When I get to the post office, man. I was like, okay, cool.
If you want
half a year,
if you want
later,
one of these, you're gonna have to cut it out yourself. But I got like maybe 10 of them left.
Are they the OG board, like the script one?
No. Because for some reason they didn't send us contour cut. So like, I don't know if you can see it. It's like, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
So like every time I give them to someone, I have to like cut them out, and it's like super jagged and stuff. It looks terrible, but it is what it is, I guess.
That's all right. It is what it is.
But I gotta say, these are probably my favorite stickers I've ever gotten made.
They are dope, I will admit.
I got them on, like I got it on this cube right here. I got it on my Switch dock. I got it on my laptop.
I got it. That sticker.
I got it in the back of my phone. Like, we out here.
It is a cool sticker. It is a cool sticker. I'll give you that. Like, you know, it's one of those things that's evolved. But you know what I would really like? I'd like a sleeveless grind shirt.
Spreadshirt.com/grind merch.
There it is. There's the plug. I want a grind glitch sleeveless shirt. That's what I want.
For some reason, I think you can only get like the sleeveless shirts in premium, so like they're like $3 more, and like for me,
what's $3 when you got premium?
That's true. Well, like the fabric's premium, but the way that they print the design on there, it like comes off pretty. Like within a couple months of washing it, it's like it's terrible. Like I'm gonna go get my tank top real fast that I got a while back. I'll show you.
Okay, I'm intrigued. I'll keep this running. I'm gonna keep this running. Where's some camo? Yeah, camo would be a good design actually. That would be pretty sweet. It's a good idea, you know. Might have to consider it. No, I mean.
All right, so this is like, you know, the Spreadshirt official branded. You know, it's got the Spreadshirt tag and everything. I've probably had it for a little over a year now, and I haven't really wore it all that much, to be completely honest with you. Like maybe like a total of like 15 to 20 times. Like it is so faded. Like it was like.
Oh, it hasn't peeled, bro. It hasn't peeled. It's just faded.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of annoying.
Because I mean, I drew this logo, and it's like all the details out of it now because it's just fading into the shirt. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's slowly just becoming a red shirt.
But if you just get like the regular men's shirt, like the design in it, it's like literally, it's almost like it's injected. Like none of them fade ever.
Well, yeah, I'll have one of those. Yeah. You know what I think it's time for?
What is that?
You know what I think it's time for, my friend? I think it's time for the announcement, isn't it?
Oh boy, this would be a perfect note to end it off on.
This I think it's around that time. So, ladies and gentlemen, Would you like to do it or shall I?
I mean, we could kind of tag team it. We got 7 people up in here right now.
All right, 7 people. All right, let us know who's active in that chat. Let's go. Do I have my to be PG? Well, I mean, yes, because I have to be, so you have to be. Did you peek?
I'm jealous. No, I'm playing.
Oh, man. I'm jealous. Bruh. Okay, so, as I mentioned earlier on to the people here who are viewers of my channel, I worked alongside Bouldini for a while and helped him with Grind alongside with my friend Mellow Llama, that you guys know. And I kind of took a step back when I was moving because I wanted to focus on my own stuff. And I've only recently really started talking to Zach again, you know. So why am I looking at the chat like that? Am I stupid?
What do you mean?
I think I might be slightly stupid. I'm looking at the chat, talking to it as if it's a human.
I mean, in a way, it is.
I've had half a can of beer and I'm talking to a text message. What is my life? Oh God. But I was talking to Zach earlier, and we've come to a bit of an agreement, haven't we? A bit of an arrangement.
Yes, sir, we have. So obviously, you know, me and John kind of ran things in the beginning of Grind Gaming. We how often did we post before Jack and Dak really got involved?
I'd probably say, before Jack got involved, we used to post about 3 times a week. It used to be 3 videos. When Jack got involved, we went through a good stage, and then he said stint, a good stage where we was uploading daily for a good few weeks.
I mean,
every day there was a video
we killed it for a while. So I definitely know that John's got the grind in him for sure. And
of course I do.
You know, obviously his channel's all Halo and he plays plenty of games. He's one to expand, and he's going to be an official streamer for Grind Gaming.
I have officially rejoined. I noticed in the recruitment video that when Zach said that they didn't come across any streamers, I was a bit not concerned. I was quite surprised that there weren't any streamers, because I mean, like we touched at the beginning of this podcast episode, in my opinion, streaming is a hell of a lot easier than making videos. Can be a lot less time consuming, because when you get to the end of it, you can just go,
right,
done. That's it, finished. And then you can just get up and go and do what you want to do. But in my current living situation, basically where I am with my work, the fact I want to try and keep on top of my YouTube channel as well as streaming and things like that, I figured that to give myself that break from just constantly playing the same game over and over again, this opens up for me to play other games that I enjoy, that a lot of people don't know that I enjoy, such as Forza, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Borderlands, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, you know, all those kinds of games. Plus a lot of new games that come out. Like I want to play Grounded. It looks so good and so much fun. And it's something that I was originally going to keep my personal Twitch channel for just posting or for just streaming other random games. But then I don't want to make it one of those confusing factors where it's like, I'm a Halo creator, but I'm going to stream something else today and this and that. I was like, it would make more sense if I found another place where I'm not known for Halo in a way, to kind of grow on that and then explain to viewers on Grind that, you know, I mainly play Halo on my own personal time, but if that's not your thing, then stick around on Grind and I'll stream on there like random games. I mean, I made videos on Crazy Taxi, for Christ's sake.
I mean, we were doing anything and everything.
We did well. We did very well, and it was a shame to see it go inactive. But I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the video's gone live tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm actually going to check on that. Let's see how the video's doing.
Yeah, because I haven't seen. I'm liking that thumbnail on my TV of my blue hair. It's a very beautiful thing.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that video on Grind Gaming, but if you're here, definitely go check it out for sure. Link in the description to the channel if you want to go and watch that, please. I mean, to be fair, I didn't promote it anywhere. Like, I don't think I even tweeted it out yet. So,
I mean, to be fair, there's not. You can't really take it as a surprise. The channel's been very inactive over the
yeah,
last few months, so it's kind of one of the things where it's trying to get it back up to speed.
right.
It's one of the things where you've got to get it back up to speed. You've got to keep being consistent on it, and then people keep tuning in. With like consistency is key, isn't
Exactly.
it?
And
At the end of the
see,
day.
like, since I'm getting this second job, the plan is in my free time, just constant YouTube grind. I want to post one video on here and live stream once a week on here. So, like, like once a week, one video, one live stream, and then get one video out on Grind Gaming, which also having Jeremy a part of that. He's working on his introduction video right now. He's going to try to post every other week, and I'm going to post every other week.
Oh, is Jeremy actually joining the squad?
Sir.
Is he now?
Yes, sir.
That.
He was recruited, and so was the Happy LXW, but he texted me the other day and said that he quit making videos. So now we have me.
Where do you find these people?
I mean, he applied, and I had faith. He was making skateboarding videos and stuff, and I thought it was going to be pretty cool. But he's trying his hand in music, and I respect that. So.
I mean, I can understand that. I mean, it just seems very, very strange. I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how old was this guy?
I don't know his exact age. I know he's pretty young, like probably younger than 17 for sure.
Yeah, see that is the problem with having younger people. It's the fact that they don't know what they want to do yet. They don't know what they want to do. Full stop. Like their minds are still, absorbing all this information. They're still going through that stage of what do I want to do? When do I want to do it? What do I want to do when I'm older? What what kind of person do I want to be? Like until they reach like 17, 18, they don't really know that. I mean, I still don't know what I want to do in my life. And I'm 24. I'm coming up to 24.
Then you got people like me, and ever since I was 11, it's like I'm doing YouTube or I'm dying. Period. Like that's.
Right, I'll go get the axe then. I'll get Bouldini's axe of destruction. It's fine. I'll get it over with. But no. On a serious note, it's one of those things that I said when I started my channel as well. It's like, at the end of the day, it's something I want to do, and I enjoy doing it. I love it, and whether it picks up or not, it doesn't matter as long as you enjoy it. If you're in it for the money, quit now. You never make it. If you're in streaming or content creation for the money, you quit now because you'll never get anywhere. Because, I mean, I'm looking here right now from scrolling through Grind Gaming. From the point of when we started uploading very, very frequently. And it was when I got back from Spain, when I was on tour. And I did Rainbow Six Siege. It's on 69 views, very nice. And then the video Destiny 2, that did well, was 62. And then Bouldini and that playing COD Mobile, 62 as well. And then is when Jack came in. And then we had 4 of us working. And then I did my first Halo 5 video, and that's actually what kind of made me fall in love with making Halo content, was doing it on Grind. Like playing Halo 5 and things like that. And then when you and me did that live stream of Halo, it just kind of made me like go, I kind of want to take my channel in this direction. And it has worked in my favor. I've gained nearly 600 subscribers in the last 3 months, 4 months.
You've come a long way since that British Gamer, Like...
Telling me, bro, like, wow, that British Gamer was the guy that every day you didn't know what to expect. You didn't know what was going to be uploaded. You didn't know what he was doing. But he gave Boulder a shout out. So, he helped Boulder get to, 500 you was going for at that time?
Yeah, I think so. You pushed me over 500, yeah.
Yeah, because I did a shout out for you, and Freaks did a shout out for you. Not Freaks, Frame did one at the
and then shortly after that, Rise gave me a shout out. I got 3 or 4 shout outs within 2 months, and my channel was like activity was crazy, and then it just died off the next week because obviously we all know how shout outs work, but
oh yeah, shout outs. I mean, let's be completely honest, all right? The reason that Grind Gaming started picking up was, one, we had Jack working like literally all evening, going through Reddit servers, going through forums, and all that, promoting the channel. Like if a video went up, Jack would be promoting the absolute crap out of it. He'd be on Reddit in like 100 different Reddit subreddits, posting it everywhere. And if out of 100 subreddits you get 10 people watch it, that is a 10% increase in viewership and subscriptions and whatever. And then I started helping Jack out to double up the production and let less workload on Jack, because Jack really enjoys like the promotion side of things, and that's what, like, you know, he's been helping out with some of my stuff. Like when I've been like going live, he's been like posting that I'm live and whatever in places, so that I can just focus on streaming. And that was when, you know, I did Brutus Beefcake, Halo 5, and 125 views. Flashback Friday, Destiny with Bouldini, that hit 100 views. And then we announced the Shout Out Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
Suddenly, 307 views. First episode of the Grindcast, 171 views. Introducing Mellow Llama, 244 views. The Gun Game Goat, COD Mobile with Bouldini, 100 views. Fordy Rocket League, 135. You know, suddenly the views just started going up and we had a consistent viewership. And it was doing great. You know, 159 on there, 128. But all the shout-out videos, over 200 views every time. Every single time without fail.
And it's all because people just want a shout-out. And then once they get a shout-out, then they go to the next person to get a shout-out. And then, I mean...
Exactly, yeah. But if you ride the wave and you stay consistent, it can work. But for the most part, within about 2-3 weeks... Most of those people that subscribe just to get a shout out will have gotten a shout out, and then they'll ditch you, and then you see a number start going down.
Exactly.
Again. That's how it's always been.
Dude, like we've hit 1,000 subscribers on that channel. What, 4 times now? And now it's down to like 880. Like that's insane. Like
that is pretty sketchy.
I mean it
is pretty sketchy.
Like, it's crazy. And I mean I'm thankful that we're staying in 880, but like. You know.
Yeah, at the moment you got 880 out there that are chilling, and it is good. And the fact that now you're taking grind in a different direction as well, with the whole like grind productions thing. So like expanding it to like other horizons is a really good idea. The Grindcast is cool. It'd be cool to keep that going and maybe do that live a bit like that we've done. You know, as you've done with Keep On Rolling. But maybe do it on a separate platform.
Facebook gaming.
Or have a separate channel for it. You know, but no, not Facebook gaming. I'd say, I don't know. I mean, Facebook Live would work very well for it, I'd say, if you had a Facebook page for it, because everyone and their grandma has a Facebook account. I mean, some people make them for their freaking dogs and cats. Yeah. I mean, I know you've made an Instagram for your cat.
He's almost at 60 followers.
So,
you know, he's... Getting that clout.
I'm a follower, don't worry. I'm a follower, buddy. But it's like the Grindcast. Like, that's why when the channel became Grind, it made sense to have the Grindcast on that channel, because it was like amalgamation. Everything became one. But like if you make like Grind Gaming, you have like Grind Gaming, and then you just have gaming stuff on there. And then like, you know, let's say like Grind Music, for example. There you have like independent YouTube artists that want a platform to post their music on, and we do like one a week. Or you know, if they've got a music video that's ready, right, we'll whack it on Grind Music. They like it's like a label but isn't a label kind of thing.
Kind of like an unsigned, just like a promotional platform. Deal.
Yeah, just like a platform to promote on. And then you keep like, I don't know, Grind Cooking.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can expand it to so many different things. You know, like Grind Life with a 3. For 10% off at mixedenergy.com.
Yes, sir. You already know.
Rainbow candy, baby. Good Grind reacts.
Sour slurp.
Make Dak do them all, because it's the only videos that Dak's made them reaction.
Which, I mean, honestly, the Assassin's Creed video, I would have never done it, but he brought that up, and like that was a good move on his part, for real. But, you know.
But, I mean, to be fair, it would probably do well.
Yeah.
If you did like a grind reactions or grind reacts.
True.
And you just have random members of Grind like reacting and have Dak run it. Because no disrespect intended, Dak, if you're in here, bro, but the only videos on Grind Gaming you made were reaction videos. It was the Avengers trailer and the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer. You did a live stream, which is fair enough. And then the other ones were you were featuring in Bouldini's. But the reaction videos, actually, both of them did very well in views. You know, credit where credit is due. 1.1k is the Assassin's Creed
It's
Valhalla
still getting
trailer.
views too. Like Grind Gaming is still getting like a consistent 200 views every day, or not every day, but like 48. Well, okay, it's kind of died down a little bit, but like there for a while, it's getting like 200 views every 48 hours.
Where's the Avengers trailer one gone?
It's like way down there. That was like one of like the first video. That was the very first video Dak ever made besides his introduction.
Yeah. I've gone all the way to the bottom, and there's loads of videos missing. Is that my TV balls?
It must be.
The first video I've got is Bouldini attempts Call of Duty Black Ops 2 in 2019, and I'm in my mum's car from room, and then introducing Fordy.
Oh yeah, you're missing a lot because I did Days Gone. Like I live streamed that 4 or 5 times before you even joined. Like.
Yeah. See, all the Days Gone live stream aren't there. I haven't got any of them. I've got Grind Gameplay Super Mario Bros. U, Hardcore Grind with Bouldini on Modern Warfare, and then there's our Halo stream. Like maybe it's just the YouTube app on the TV's broken.
Probably wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know. It'd be about right, wouldn't it? But you know.
All right.
I will definitely have to look that stuff up. But you know what? I think we've wrapped up on a positive thing there. 784 I'm on. Let's get me to 7,000.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
7,000.
Yeah.
Come on,
Listen.
boys. I want to overtake Bouldini's dad. Come on.
All right, my boy Fordy's closing in on 1,000 subscribers. His link's in the description down below. If you're not subscribed to this man, go subscribe to him for the best quality Halo content you will ever find. Period. And
hey, I can tell you that because the video I made 2 months ago that sat on 30 views. Cody Bear, mate, you joined now.
At the end.
You're always late to the party, my brother. How are you, my friend? It's good to see you, by the way. A video I made 2 months ago called there's a Halo mobile game. It sat on 32 views for at least a month. All right, just sat on 32 views. It's now my most popular upload with 310 views.
Sometimes that's how they work. It's crazy.
You know, it's crazy. I mean, but like that is my most popular video, followed by anniversary throwback, and then it's just discussion videos after discussions, like talking weapon customization in Halo Infinite, and then talking about, you know, the Banished being like the main foes and a tier list.
Oh yeah.
You know, tier lists are an easy one to go through. And then you got predictions and wish lists for Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite being free on the Series X, customization leaks, talking about Halo 4 being a Call of Duty bootleg, and all that kind of stuff. Like all the ones that became discussion videos, like that one's at 107. That one's got 127. That's got 127. That's got 128. That's got 135. That's got 100. Tier list has 170, bro. On a tier list. Here's my life. 177 on the Banished being confirmed. Weapon customization hit 200. And then there's a Halo mobile game hit 310. Like, that's ridiculous. Right. But that's the direction. That's setting the channel in that direction. The views going up, watch time's going up, subscribers are going up. It's working well. I'm building a nice community there. And a lot of them have actually come along tonight. So you've probably, hopefully, gained a few subscribers tonight.
I sure hope so. I appreciate everybody who came out from Fordy's channel for real. You were the realest.
Yeah, man. Everyone that has joined tonight have been loyal to me on both Twitch and YouTube. And, you know, it's one of those things where it makes me happy seeing people. Like, I go on my Discord today. My computer's been broken for like a couple of days. So I load up Discord on my laptop and I'd get in DMs. How comes you haven't been live streaming? Are you okay? When's the next stream? In my Discord server. When's the next stream? We're missing the streams. That's like a dedicated fan base. To me, that's crazy. Like I'm in real life, I'm the most boring person in the world.
Dude, you're a freaking rock star. What do you mean?
I mean, okay,
you get recognized. Okay, you're the guy with the blue hair. Like, come on, that's not normal or boring. Like,
no, that is true, I guess. But it's like, just to me, it just seems surreal that there's people like. like worried about me. They don't even know who I am. Well, they know who I am. They don't know me personally, and they're dedicated. Every time I go live, they're always in the chat, first to chat, leaving likes. You know, like sending their friends over. I'm getting Xbox Live messages every day of people saying, "Oh, Cody Bear." He's like, "Oh, Cody sent me. Keep up the great work. I'll follow you on Twitch." Things like that. Which I might actually go live on Twitch after this, because I just remembered I can use the Xbox app to go live on Twitch.
Grind time, boy.
So if anybody here is interested in watching some video games, in the words of Boogie2988, coming at you live through the power of the internet, watch some video games over on twitch.tv.
What's your Twitch URL? I'll put it in the chat real fast.
Twitch.tv/Fordy goes live. There's a capital in each word.
Does that matter with Twitch?
So Fordy. I don't know. I don't think it does, but I normally put capital F, capital G, and then capital L. Because I can just plug my Kinect into my Xbox and that works as a face cam. So I can still go live until my PC's back. It'll be not as good quality, but at least I can still stream.
Oh, it works. That's good. That's good.
Dapper Hell Jumper. What am I on right now? I should be on 65 followers on Twitch.
Oh man, I just closed out of it. Hold up.
Yeah, man. It means a lot to me, Dapper, that you guys care about me and like about my safety, and like people are like, oh, I'm so glad that you're safe and sound. We was like worried about you. And I'm jumping into my server, being like, wow, it's overwhelming. It's not like hundreds of thousands of people, but just having 4 or 5 people, like this small community that are always present. It's so refreshing to feel that there are still people there that are like that. I mean, like you said, you've had your number one fan sat in here tonight. Someone made a school presentation on you, bro.
That's true. That's true.
So, if you guys haven't seen that video, you should definitely check that out on Bouldini's channel, because, man, someone made a school presentation on Bouldini, or his previous alias Boulder. Now, that must have been a surreal feeling. It really was.
Like, I mean, I've had a bunch of stuff happen before. Like, for instance, I was in the student section this one time at school, and, like...
Thanks, Gio, man. I appreciate it.
Your followers are amazing, just saying. But I was at this basketball game at my high school, and it was it was when I went shirtless on TV because I knew the news crew was going to be there. I was like, dude, I got to do this. So, like, I painted a B on my...
Did you get the actual news footage for it? Did you get the actual footage from the news itself?
Like there's a video shirtless on TV, and like that was the whole goal with that night. And I painted a B on my chest, and I was in the student section with my shirt on, like waiting for the game to start. And like a bunch of other people had their shirt off too. Like people were like painting their bodies and stuff like that. But it was just like a big deal for me to do it because I was known for it in my school. And freaking Connor, he was like the lead of the student section that year, and he had a megaphone, and everybody knew like I had a B on my chest. I was planning to take my shirt off, and he starts going, Boulder, like the entire student section was doing it. But dude, I regret this so much because I was so nervous. I didn't do anything. It was so awkward. Like everybody's chanting Boulder, everybody's like watching. I just like sat there. I like froze up.
Oh yeah, no! It was bad. Did you not take your shirt off?
I did eventually, but it was like when they started doing the national anthem, I took it off and I went down there. But like, man. I wish I would have taken it off when they were chanting, for real.
You take it off and just swung it around, going, "Yeah!" Right. That'd have been it. You would have gotten a standing ovation from the students.
But like the thing that sucks is like, I mean, not really sucks, but like the unfortunate part is like my mom works at the school, so like I didn't want to do anything like that could possibly ruin her image as a teacher and stuff like that. But I mean, obviously I still went shirtless, but I just didn't want to throw myself out there like a crazy maniac. And then but
I bet it's a real feeling for your mum, because she works there. People must come up to her all the time and talk to her about you.
I mean, dude, there's people in her. She's like showed her class some of my videos before. Like she like put it up on the whiteboard.
What a supporting mother that is. That's amazing. It is
awesome. But I mean, obviously now I'm kind of more. I'm not as PG as I was when she showed them that, so she doesn't do it much anymore. But it was.
My thing is like the whole PG thing. I saw, obviously they cracked down on it real hard for a while on YouTube, but they've slowly like loosened the ropes. I've noticed a lot of the biggest YouTubers and stuff are all like swearing and cursing and still getting monetized and stuff like that, which is fine. They're more focusing on the content now, which is what they should have been doing in the first place, not going, "Oh, he said a bad word, no money for you." Like, that's messed up. That is just like saying, well, sorry to say it, but Seth MacFarlane, Family Guy, said a bad word. You're not making any money from that.
It's basically suppressing freedom of speech.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, in America, more so than anywhere else, all anyone preaches is the fact of the freedom that they have. Like everything, even with this whole, coronavirus thing going around, I've seen some videos of some batshit crazy people going around going, "Cough on me, it's my freedom to not wear a mask." And I'm going like, okay, you are insane, my friend. Like, you are nuts. Like, there is having like the freedom of speech and all that, and then there's just being a jackass. And I feel like a lot of Americans, like, I don't want to sound in any way, shape, or form like racist or anything like that, but I feel there's a lot of Americans that can't differentiate the two.
Yeah.
And I see it on like news broadcasts, and it's the same in England. With the Black Lives Matter movement, like 90% of the people at all these protests weren't even black. A lot of the black people in the communities were like, "Please stop like doing all this stuff. Stop like desecrating statues and things like that because you're making us look bad." I've got a lot of friends that are black that have come, that from school friends and stuff like that, and they're all like, it's just embarrassing us. It's so embarrassing, the fact that this is about our race, about Black Lives Mattering and whatever, and it's white people going out and they're spray painting statues and burning flags and doing all this stuff, and it's like all these black people sitting there going like, we feel embarrassed that is now going to be sent back to us. Like, people are now going to align us with that, and it's not even us doing it. We've just sat at home going, "Please, for the love of God, stop doing it." And no one listens. People want an excuse to just be an ass. People want to be a jackass. The American people do it. The British people do it. European people do it. And as Dapper Helljumper has just said there's also the politicization of the coronavirus here in the US, and our jackassery feels justified in the wake of politics. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I believe it, because it just seems, I don't know. I don't want to get into my political beliefs, but I know that there's...
Everyone's got their own political beliefs, and I feel if people let political beliefs and political opinions get in the way of friendships and whatever, then they're stupid. Like, Jack had completely opposite views to me politically. Like, I didn't want the UK to leave the European Union for my reasons. Jack voted to leave for his reasons and his family and whatever. But they live there and I don't. I'm going off of the fact of, like, I don't know all the facts. Not many people do. Politics is always a big lie for about 90% of it. So if you are going to, like, break a friendship up or a relationship up or something over political views, then it's just a bit stupid in my opinion.
It's childish.
Well, it's like I didn't, like I said to you, like literally before we started the stream, was talking about the elections coming up in America and things like that for the next presidency and whatever. It's 2021, isn't it?
It's actually this November.
Oh, this November it does, yeah. And it's like, I'm sitting there and, well, yeah, like, it doesn't affect me, but sitting at home, like, me and my family will sit there and we'll be like, like, we wouldn't support Donald Trump, wouldn't support Hillary Clinton. Like, if anything, British people go, "Why haven't you voted for Bernie Sanders?" But we don't know anything different about Bernie Sanders. We just know what the media tells us. We know what the BBC News in England say about these people. Like, in England, Trump comes across as a bigot, he comes across as a racist, he comes across as this, he comes across as that. But that's, again, the media twists everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same with the coronavirus. Look at how many deaths there have been. Like, there's been, like, I asked Alexa this earlier, actually, and she went in full detail. It was absolutely incredible. I was on the phone to my mum, and I said to my mum, "Hey, Mum, watch this," out of curiosity, and I asked my Alexa, how many deaths there have been from coronavirus, right? Have a listen to this. How many coronavirus deaths have there been, Alexa?
This might answer your question. According to Reuters, as of yesterday, the 7th of August 2020, there are 19,220,702 cases of novel coronavirus worldwide. Additionally, there have been 715,288 deaths and 11,471,131 recoveries. The countries most affected by this outbreak are the United States with 4,898,977 cases, 159,779 deaths, and 1,732,907 recoveries. Brazil with 2,912,212 cases, 98,493 deaths, and 2,047,660 recoveries. And India with 2,027,074 cases, 41,585 deaths and 1,378,105 recoveries.
Now you think about that. They say that of the deaths, like we'll take for example India, like I don't know how many, like 4,000 deaths, but they've had something like 198,000 recoveries. The media never sits there and tells you about how many people have recovered from it, do they?
It's
always the death toll, more people are dying. It's like, so there's been like 19 million cases in the world or whatever it is, but yet you don't take into account that, I don't know, of all the active cases, there's been something like 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 million recoveries.
right.
No one sits there and tells you about that, and you still sit there, and more people still dying of this day, to this day, of tuberculosis in a year than people die of coronavirus. There are more people dying of lung cancer because they smoke cigarettes than there are coronavirus. Coronavirus is like the 5th most deaths this year.
Yeah.
And it's like been this massive swarm of this virus. And, you know, every 24 hours they update the whole like death toll thing and the recoveries and whatever, but any news article you go to, not one bit tells you about the recoveries. Like Dapper said, death is marketable more so than recovery stories, feel good stories. Like the media can sell a death toll, scare people then start talking about it, and then before you know it, everyone's sitting at home in lockdown when there's no need for it. I mean, Spain have proven it themselves here where I live. Like when I left here, everything was cordoned off with police tape. No one was allowed outside. There were tanks sitting at the end of my road. The military was involved. They were like, you are not doing nothing. You want to buy bread? Well, you need to prove to us that you need bread. I'm like, bro, look in my kitchen. I have nothing. I need food. They're like, okay, you've got an hour to go and get food. Right, I'll go and get food. And back then, they weren't forcing the use of masks. They were forcing the use of gloves, but not masks. Now, they're forcing you to use masks any way you go outside. You go into a supermarket, you have to use the alcohol like sanitizer gel and then put gloves on as well. So it's like, if you rip your gloves or something, it's not the end of the world because you have sanitized your hands. You've got the supermarket shopkeepers wearing these massive visors and they've got like plexiglass booths around them and all this stuff. And it's like, it's great that they've all taken the right precautionary measures and people are sitting there saying there's going to be another lockdown, but I feel like there won't be another lockdown because if there is a rise in cases, most countries are prepared now. They've got all the stores are fitted with these safety booths. All of the the public places have got the social distancing in place. Like, I don't think there will ever be another full lockdown like we had here, like America had for a little while, like the UK. I mean, the UK just completely screwed it up anyway. The UK screw everything up. They're absolutely useless. And, in Europe generally, like I noticed that obviously my family are in France and I was in Spain. So whatever happens in Spain, 2 weeks later, France do the same thing because they see that it works in Spain. They go, right, we'll do that then. Right. And then it slowly flattens the curve. And they went, oh, sweet. So where my family live in France, they don't have to wear a mask. I looked at a map the other day, and it shows you where you have to wear a mask, whatever. And in the region where my mum and dad live, within like a 500-mile radius or something, 500-kilometer radius, sorry, you don't have to wear a mask because there has been 0 cases there for however long. It was the same here. In Mahaka, where I live, there were no cases until tourists started coming in. And where have all the tourists come from? I'm going to give you 2 guesses, and you'll get it on the first try.
Probably not. I don't even know, dude. Like, America?
England, baby. England.
Of course.
England. Because England have said, yeah, go off on holiday, do your thing. But when you come back from wherever you're going, you have to quarantine for 14 days. So you're like, but how does that work? Because we're following the rules and you're not. And then you're saying, like, they've put France, they've put Spain, they've put Italy and that as quarantine countries. So it's like, oh, you go over there, it's dangerous because you can bring it back to the UK, when the UK has got more positive cases and less testing.
Yeah.
So they're getting more cases there because there was never a lockdown, never a full lockdown. It was guidelines, never forced. It was never implemented as you have to stay at home. It was, we advise that you stay at home, but you don't have to. So no one did. No one wore masks. No one stayed at home. Nobody took the precautionary measures like the rest of Europe did. And then before you know it, they're now coming over to here and, oh, what a surprise. The town where I live in, suddenly there's a spike in cases. Like, it's just like, right, so you brought it from England to here. And as someone who works as a public entertainer, that puts me at risk because we entertain tourists. That's what we do. We're a band. Tourists come along to watch live music. And you're there and you're mixing with these people. Yeah, we're on stage and whatever, but after that, you have to walk past these people and walk in the same air. And they're not using the correct prevention measures. And now they've come out in Europe. I don't know about America doing this yet. They might do. So they're considering people that don't follow the rules super spreaders. People that have the virus, haven't shown any symptoms, and they're just going around without wearing a mask, without sanitizing and all this, and coughing and whatever. Or, like, fake coughing to, like, perturb people, whatever. If you get caught doing that, you now get a fine of 600,000 euros.
Bruh, what?
Yeah, 600,000. That is more money than buying, than buying a house.
Yeah.
Or the same amount of money on buying a house, you know?
I mean, that's...
And
holy... Wow.
That is how serious they've gone with it here. They've gone like, right, if you go out on purpose and start trying to be a dick and start infecting people, and you know you've got it, you're not going to be able to afford to live the rest of your life.
I mean, that's...
Like, for the rest of that person's life, they're stuffed.
I mean, that's understandable. Like, if you know you have it, like, obviously don't go outside. Like, duh. But, like...
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, 600,000. Like, I mean, god dang. Like, if you still go out and you know that's a risk that you could be charged 600,000, like... I mean, damn.
Yeah. Well, all of the nightclubs here have been... there was 2 of them that were shut down by the police and by the health association because they weren't respecting social distancing, and it was like really bad. That it's gonna sound bad to people. I apologize. I went in one of those clubs, but I went in one probably about 3 weeks ago, and I was in there for maximum 10 minutes, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I never felt more unsafe in my life.
What?
I'm in this club. People are like this in a club listening to this DJ. You're trying to get through to the bar to get a drink, and there's no social distancing. No one's wearing a mask. No nothing. And you're like, what the hell? And you go outside. There is a queue of people. I'm not kidding you. Probably like the size of my apartment, like 4 people wide and probably about 40, 50 people long, right? And they're all like, again, scrunched up against each other on the pavement, on the sidewalk. Like, just all crammed up there. And then the police were just not doing anything about it at the time. then suddenly all of the staff members tested positive because they'd obviously come in contact with people that had it, which means that a lot of those people that were English tourists are now going back to England, and they're going to be taking it back with them from other tourists from England that have given it to them in Spain. And so a lot of the other nightlife places that weren't infected voluntarily closed and said, we're going to do a full disinfection of our premises and have our staff tested just to make sure, because they followed the guidelines. They've gone, you must wear a mask, you must stay this far apart from each other, there's no dancing, there's no this, no that. But you walked into these two other clubs and everyone's there dancing, going crazy, you know, it's all good fun, and drinking, getting hammered. And then the next thing you know, it's like, rising cases. But they've done 1,000 tests now this week, because they've set up a test lab at the end of my road here, and they've done 1,000 tests and come up with 62 cases out of 1,000 people, which is very good. But they said if you've gone anywhere, any of these like nightlife places between the 24th and 30th of July, go and get tested. That's all they're saying. They're not saying anything else. They say, if you've been there before, don't bother. So I went in 3 weeks ago, and they're like, "Oh no, you don't need to be tested." And it's one of those like nose swab things. So they've got like ram it up your nose and all that. And I'm like, I don't really want to drive in there and have someone shove something up my nose if I don't need to. Like, if it makes you feel safer, sure. But I don't know. I just feel like England have been very hypocritical about it all, and they've sat there and they've slagged off America about how, they didn't do it right. And I'm like, you did it worse. Like, in America, it's a massive country. America is humongous. People aren't living on top of each other in America. Like, where you live, I've seen your neighborhood. Everyone's houses are miles away from each other as it is.
I mean,
it's a bit like it is in France.
There's plenty of places where people are on top of each other, but I mean, there's plenty of space in between houses here in Ohio, at least.
Yeah, I mean, like if you was in Columbus, it'd be different because you're in the city, or if you was in Cincinnati, it'd be a different ballgame. But where you are, like everybody's houses are distant enough from each other that you could sit outside and you're still distant enough. You can go to the store, and I've been to American stores, and they are effing huge. I've been to Walmart. It is bigger than my future. It is humongous. You walk in, and like shelf racks are about 25 foot high, full of stuff. It's like in bulk. Like I bought a bag of chips, and it was like this big. It lasted me like 5 days.
Yeah, it lasts an average American like 2 hours probably.
No, I mean, like, it was a bag of Cheetos. It was a bag of Cheetos. I remember because it was after my dad had his heart attack. We went to Florida, and he'd had a heart attack. He was 36 at the time, and he treated us all to a holiday in Florida. Went to Orlando back in 2006, 2007, something like that. I went there for 2 weeks, got a big villa, and was like, he said, the word no doesn't exist on this holiday. If you want it, you get it. So I'm in the shop, I want that bag of crisps or chips. He's like, he said, okay, that's fine, because in England, Cheetos are known as Whatsits. They're like the exact same thing, basically, but Cheetos are a little bit bigger, like the actual crisp. And my dad was sitting there and eating them because he had this like addiction when he was quitting smoking to eating those crisps, eating those chips. So if he wanted to have a cigarette, he'd eat a bag of Whatsits. But a bag of crisps in England, like the size of my wallet, it's like small like that, and you have like 15 chips in it, and then that's it. That's your portion. In America, he sat there and he was just sitting there eating this bag because he bought one and I bought one. He's just like, "Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about." Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. It was just absolutely ridiculous. So in America, I can kind of understand why there wasn't such of a strict thing in certain areas. I think places like New York should have been a lot stricter than places like Ohio.
Right.
Like New York is a place where everybody is touching each other 24/7.
Yeah, everybody's walking constantly. Like.
Yeah, you go into Times Square and there's more people than there is square. So I just think that this whole COVID thing is just, again, I think there's more to it.
I mean,
There's way more.
Yeah, there's plenty of conspiracy theories that me and my dad talk about constantly, and I mean, nobody knows 100,000% the truth at all. And
no, I mean, the French president went on national television and said, "This is China giving us biochemical warfare."
yeah,
He just went on national television and said, "This is China."
well, I mean, you got
attacking us."
Trump calling it the China virus, so like,
Oh, he said that. He said that on TV.
yeah, dude,
I
he
remember.
still says it.
Oh my God! You know, does Trump realize that he runs a country?
I mean, I think so,
Like
but he just,
he calls it I've seen his Twitter. I follow
Yeah.
his Twitter. I mean, bro,
I know
he should not be allowed Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he should not be allowed.
he should
Twitter at
definitely
the
stay
moment.
off Twitter, or at least put a lot more thought into what he's putting on Twitter. But
Yeah, because I thought as president you weren't allowed to have your own personal device.
I don't know, honestly. It's been a while since I've been educated on all that.
I'm going off of what Barack Obama said on one of those chat shows. He was like, he went on to, was it Jimmy? He went on Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, one or the other. It might have been Jimmy Kimmel, or something like that, or Stephen Colbert's one. I can't remember which one it was. And he goes on there, and they ask him about it, and he's like, he's not allowed to go out anywhere unless he's got his bodyguards with him. He's not allowed his own cell phone. He was given a BlackBerry, bro. He's like, you had to use a BlackBerry, like, and that was the president's phone, and it had one app on it, and it was one for him to like call emergencies or whatever. That was it. He was not allowed his own personal device. He wasn't, like, it was too risky for it to get hacked or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so how the hell is Donald Trump sitting on there tweeting China virus stuff on Twitter? Like, how like, by rights he shouldn't be allowed to, but
Yeah, I don't know. You know, politics is a huge mystery along the lines of every single American. Everybody has different ideas of how things should be, and you know that's the American way, baby. People
Yeah.
take it too far, though. Like,
oh, 100%. I mean, it's like in England when there was the whole Brexit thing going on, with Britain leaving the EU. There was this campaign bus. You know, like your presidential candidates have like a bus like, with their slogan on it and all that kind of stuff. And there was one for one of the people running, Nigel Farage, his name is. He actually became good friends with Donald Trump. You probably know of him. Nigel Farage flew over and helped support Donald Trump in his campaign.
yeah, I've probably
For a while.
heard the name, but it doesn't ring a bell.
Look, he looks like a bit of a frog. He just genuinely he looks like a toad or a frog on.
As
with
most
feet.
politicians.
And yeah, there is that. And it was just he's got written on the side of this bus. Do you know what the NHS is? Yeah, the National Health Service, yeah, which is the free healthcare in the United Kingdom. So we don't pay for healthcare in the UK. It's all free for everybody. That's that. And it's not the government that fund it. So on the side of his bus, he's got written, the £350 million that we give the European Union a week, we'll give to the NHS. And suddenly that became his big selling thing. So, oh, they're going to pay, if we leave, they'll pay all that money that instead of paying Europe, they'll pay into our health system to make our health system better, and then we'll all be healthier. What a good idea. And then, oh yeah, you pay indirectly via taxes, but you know what I mean? It's not like you go and get like private, you know how like in America you have to pay when you go to the hospital or something like that.
I mean, if you
Like,
get
directly, they
insurance,
send
it's
you,
a
like,
bit
an invoice,
different,
don't
but yeah, you got to pay a pretty penny if you don't have
Yeah, so,
insurance.
yeah, exactly. Yes, in England you don't really have that kind of thing, and it came to the day that the polls were finishing, about the what was it again? The referendum about leaving and remaining and who's voting what, and it was only like about 2% margin. It was very close. And Nigel Farage goes on this TV show. It's about 7:30 in the morning. The results come in at 8 a.m. Right, and they're sat on there, and he says, "It's got the host says." So you went round like throughout all this campaign, whatever, with the bus, the infamous bus, saying about you paying £350 million to the NHS, and he goes, yes, that is correct, yes, 100%. And they said, so if Britain chooses to leave the EU, can you guarantee us that that money will go into a health system? And then he just went, well, no, I can't guarantee that. No, I can't guarantee that 350 million will go to the NHS. No, I can't guarantee that at all.
Right.
And so they went, so you literally have just lied for the last 4 months to everyone. Well, no, I haven't lied. It was an idea, and people took it the wrong way. And it was like, it was written on the side of your bus, we will give £350 million to our health system.
Yeah.
And then before the referendum had even ended, he went, well, actually, I didn't mean that. What I actually meant was, it's like, yeah, okay then. And then suddenly, then people literally have just gone, crap, we've already voted now. And it's like, politicians are slimy little gits. They really are.
It's all about power.
And it really frustrates me, man. Well, with the coronavirus, everyone in England, all the politicians upped their own wages because they didn't get holidays. So because they couldn't go on holiday because of the lockdowns and whatever, they decided to give them, each of themselves, £10,000 more wages this year. Because they apparently don't make enough money as politicians and as government officials. So they gave themselves £10,000 each more because they weren't allowed to go on holiday. And what did the government do for the health workers that were working to fight COVID-19?
Nothing.
You're going to crack up at this one. No, they gave them something. You know what they gave them? They said to thank them for their hard work and their effort while working on the front lines throughout COVID-19 and all of that. We will offer all of the frontline workers a 2-week holiday to Spain.
Oh my God.
Where there were the most cases in Europe.
That's awful.
Why don't you go to Spain for a holiday?
Oh my God.
It's like, do you just want to kill them or something? Are you dumb? Let's just send them to Spain for a couple of weeks. Have a bit of time off. Like, yeah, let's go to the country where there have been like more cases than any other European country. That's a fantastic idea,
right,
man. And we'll all just give ourselves £10,000 and go home.
For real.
What a load of bollocks. But in any case, I'll end up rambling. Like I said, this would end up going on for 6 hours. If we get
honestly.
talking.
I mean, when did we say we were going to end it off? Like probably about half an hour ago now.
43 minutes ago, to be exact.
I mean, like we started talking about your channel, and then it just we went up on another hill for a minute. But all right.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Zach, have you got your Xbox at home?
Do I have my Xbox at home?
Yeah, have you got your Xbox there?
Right.
What are you doing after this podcast?
Going to the gym. Because
I keep forgetting the time difference.
Well, I was on my way to the gym at like 3 p.m. and I looked at the clock. I was like, wait, didn't I have something to do? I was like, oh my God, the podcast at 4. So I like skirted back home. I was like halfway to the gym and I was like, oh, it's crazy. But yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. That's fair enough. I was just going to say, because otherwise, if not, if you weren't going to the gym or doing anything, you could have joined us on Twitch for a little stream and played some Halo with us or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely down at some point. I'll let you know. Like, let me know next time you're streaming, like after 1 p.m. my time, and I'll figure something out.
Is that when you knock off work?
Yeah, that's when I get off. I get off work at 1. I'm usually at the gym till about 3:30.
So that would be 9:30 my time. I'll tell you what we can do then. I'm supposed to be live streaming with Kimura's tomorrow. I've got a show on Sunday. Isn't Monday your day off?
I'm off Sunday, and then I'm off Thursday. And I don't have a word exactly yet if my second job's a thing yet, but I'm about to call them after this.
To find out, yeah. Because basically, like 3:30 p.m. your time is 10:30 p.m. my time.
Yeah.
And that was normally when I would start streaming, because it was kind of like the ideal point for American viewers and European viewers, like people that are chilling out and just like in Europe, like, laying in bed or something. I'll watch a live stream while I'm in bed or sitting down in the living room. And Americans are coming off from work and going, oh, Fordy's live or whatever. So it was a prime time to do it. But if I go live now, I'll get American viewers in my Twitch straight away. Europeans, no chance. But Americans, I'll be in, because what is it now? It must be 6?
Yeah, it's going on 7.
Going on 7, yeah, exactly. So it's like, for you, like when I'm waking up, you're going to bed, basically.
Yeah.
In America.
Well, I mean, what time do you wake up?
9:30 on average.
So I'm like 7 hours behind, aren't I?
Sometimes it's 2 in the afternoon. 6. Sometimes I wake up at 2 in the afternoon. If I've
I
been
mean,
out
honestly,
drinking,
we
but-
wake up about the same time because I try to wake up at like 3:30 to get to work.
Oh yeah, because it was. I know it wasn't today. It was yesterday or no, it was the day before. I woke up at 9:30 and you was texting me, and I was just replying like normal as if he was in my time zone and going, "Wait a minute, it's like 3 in the morning. What the hell is he
Yeah.
doing? Texting me? It's like 3 in the morning."
That was like right when I woke up.
But then
I
I
texted
remembered you work the early shift. No. Yeah, because you work the early
Yeah.
shift, don't you? Nothing wrong with that, mate. Do you make more money from those early
No,
shifts?
night shift
'Cause,
gets
like, you
paid
start,
like I think an extra 50 cents.
What, an
Yeah.
hour? So it's not even worth it, is it?
I mean, it adds up for sure, especially since like I mean, I've gotten 2 raises since I started. If I got paid an extra 50 cents, I'd be making a whole like $1.25 more
Blood
than
money.
the people who get hired,
What, per day?
like per hour. Yeah.
Oh, per hour?
Like I've gone up
Damn.
44 cents from
Yeah.
when I got hired. And if I was on night shift, I would be up like about 95 cents.
I suppose when you put it that way, yeah, you're averaging just basically an extra $1 an hour. And how many hours do you work?
8 hours a day. Like 40 hours
So
a
you're
week.
averaging $8. So 8.16. So you're averaging probably about $250 more by the end of the month, huh? It does add
Yeah.
up, yeah. Yeah, when you put it that way, that does add up. Yeah. Christ, yeah, get that night shift, bro.
I've tried, but honestly now I'm getting this second job, so like in a way I'll be making a little bit more than I would have been making if I went to night shift, so
Yeah, it's all right, Dapper. Don't worry, bro. You're all good. Nah, man, but like, night shifts the one. Bank holidays, night shifts, holidays, all that kind of stuff is great. When I was working, I was like, give me every Sunday, give me every bank holiday. I'll take them all. And you know why? It's because I got paid an extra $80 for those days.
right.
So it was like, if I worked a Sunday, my average pay per day was, I'd make $1,200 a month, standard. And then if I did every Sunday, I'd make an extra $300 on top of that. And then if there's bank holidays, sometimes I'd leave there like $2,200 a month.
Damn.
It's just stacking shelves with biscuits and
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Poo. Crap. You know what I mean?
Poop.
We're at that point now where it's like we've been doing this for like 3 hours now. Even the chat is like, it's just Dapper Helljumper getting carried away talking
Yeah.
to us, bro. Dapper Helljumper is loyal though. Dapper Helljumper is a loyal boy. Every live stream, he turns his Xbox on and he comes and he plays Halo with me and with other viewers. I always get other viewers in. I love doing that kind of
Hell
thing.
yeah.
So no, it's all good fun. But I'm probably gonna go live after this for about an hour or so, maybe 2 hours on Twitch. So if I'm live when you're back from the gym, you
All
never
right,
know.
dog. Well,
But thank you very much for having me on the podcast,
Absolutely.
my friend. It was a long time coming, and hopefully we can do it again in the future when we're not living in a
For
crazy
sure,
world,
like-
and maybe even be in the same room.
true. If you're ever in Ohio, let me know, because I'll be there.
And if you're ever in Spain, bro,
Yeah.
whatever that,
I
if you're
still
ever
need
in
to get a
Spain, got
passport. I
place to
still need
stay,
a
bro.
passport, but you know,
Get on it.
I know.
Get on it. You've been saying this for
I know.
years. Come on.
I need to, for real. It's bad.
Damn straight, man.
All right, dog.
It gives me fun that I once got playing with my brother on Halo before he passed. Oh man. Well, I try my best. You just hit me in the feels,
Yeah,
man. You really hit me in the feels. You're in Kentucky. You're actually in Kentucky. I took the piss out of Kentucky earlier. I was roasting Kentucky earlier. Oh no. You hi-ho player, but oh god, no. That's not good. I was like, Kentucky. Yeah. But no, honestly, mate, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been really nice having a catch up.
I mean, this is
And,
this is the
thank you
first
to
time
anyone-
we've talked in like months, probably. Well, not months, but like weeks at least.
It's the first time we've properly conversed that wasn't in the odd text message and the odd text message saying, do you fancy doing this? Do you fancy streaming this and that? That's the first time we sat down, had a chat in... I think the last time we actually sat down on Discord and had like a long chat was probably just before Christmas. Because it was when we was doing the whole grind thing and we all said we'd take a week off at Christmas and come back in January. Right. And then we all just kind of dipped off and did our own thing.
Yeah. And then the world kind of did its own thing.
Yeah, then 2020 happened and everyone's going to die. So, it's Apocalypse Mark II. Every time it's an apocalypse. Every year something's going to kill us. And did you see there were cases of the Black Plague in Moscow, bro?
Yep.
Is it Moscow, was it? Or?
Was it? I don't know if it's Moscow, but I know that it was somewhere.
Yeah, I saw like 100 cases of the Black Plague. I was like, what the frick is going on?
Like, what? It just regenerated? Like
all the things, like the Black Plague just gone, hello,
exactly.
I am back.
It's crazy, man.
Oh, that's incredible. I'm going to let you sign off because I need to keep my
Well, guys, if you're not subscribed to Fordy by now, go subscribe. If you're going to go watch him on Twitch, I put the link like quite a ways up there, but definitely go check that out. And thank you to everybody who came out, hung out. Thank you to Fordy's subscribers and followers for coming out, hanging out, and showing your support. I do appreciate it. I love you guys all very much.
Representing,
you got anything else to
add? Wash your hands, you dirty pigs.
Oh yeah. For elite.
Make sure you wear your mask. Don't get fined. Please stay safe in these very, very dark times that we're living in. And don't let the seagulls steal your chips.
There you go. Words of wisdom from your boy Fordy. Anyways, guys, keep your heads eyes, stay positive through all this madness. You can do anything you want in life. Love you guys. Keep on rolling, Rock Squad. Deuces.